Welcome to Combox. Just the big boys coming out to play today. Jared and Robbie are here. No, many other people will be coming later on, but we are here to start with. I don't know. Are you excited about this game? I saw someone in our chat. I won't name who it was, Varun, who said that this feels like a simulate innings type of game. There is a part
Varun
of me,
and his...
yeah, there is a part of me though that's like, I kind of want to see if KKR can win a game, and I want to know how good Gujarat are. So I almost do want to see this game, but I understand why he might also come up with that. I mean, the big news is that Finn Allen has been dropped, which I think makes sense. I mean, I understand why they were playing him, but with Seifert right behind him, it's like you might as well just try the other international and see if he makes runs to start with. Did you see much of Finn Allen?
I think they'll try everything before moving Ajinkya Rahane around.
I mean, that is basically the other issue. Well, they did move him last game. They put him in a worse position, which I thought was spectacularly weird. I think the issue with Finn Allen is that when I've seen him play before, he likes to hit a lot of balls over the offside. And suddenly in this IPL, he's been trying to hit everything over the leg side and just hitting everything straight up in the air, right? Like it's actually kind of weird to watch this. He doesn't need to bat this way. But yeah, that was one change. I don't think there's many other changes that I've seen at the moment that has come up. So we're expecting a pitch with a little bit of grass on it. Any thoughts on this game?
It looks like a black soil wicket, Jared. It doesn't look like there'll be a lot of like bounce. I could be wrong. Deepak might come on later on and say it's a mixed soil wicket, so it'll do everything. But
wait, I think there's something here, although now I can't find it. I did look up the pitch, but I think I was looking at the pitch while we were having a business meeting. How much I actually listened to the pitch, I don't know. But yes, no, you're right. I think, where are we here? Pitch. First game on pitch number 6, so we don't know that much about it. It was used during the World Cup, and it was a good wicket to bat on with paces generating extra bounce. Doesn't say here what color the soil is, though.
Yeah, Deepak will know. For some reason, Deepak always knows what color the soil is.
He really loves that stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, he loves it. He thrives on it.
The only person
Gujarat Titans.
Yeah,
these guys have flown under the radar, man. It feels like they haven't played this tournament only.
Yeah, they're 2-2, aren't they? I'm still not 100% sure where they are. So there's this thing that they talk about.
Have they only played 2 matches so far?
No, they've won 2 and lost 2.
Oh, okay. So they played 4.
Yeah, they lost the game that they shouldn't have lost with David Miller at the end. I haven't asked you about that, actually. How did you feel about that?
Well, you ideally don't want to be in a position where where you're actually kind of, there's a chance you can lose the game. You want to kind of level the game up so that even if there's a mistake by your batter there who's batting with you at the other end, you've not lost
Wait a
the
minute,
game.
that was the one that they won. I'm so confused with
Correct.
everyone.
Yeah,
sorry,
you're
they
right.
won that one by 1
I
run.
don't want to correct you.
Sorry,
I
it's
didn't
the
want to
Rajasthan
correct
game that they lost by 6 runs. I knew they'd lost a close game. In fact, they've lost 2 close-ish games. They lost against Punjab in the last over with 3 wickets left. So they've won 1 close game and they've lost 2 close games. Sorry, go ahead. Anyway, what you were saying that David Miller was right and all the old players are wrong.
No, I don't think I thought David Miller was wrong. He should have actually taken the single. Jared being Jared. Just you just love being an asshole, don't you?
It's not being an asshole. I just think
it is being an asshole.
I think that modern cricketers think about these things differently, and I think sometimes former players don't quite understand that the game has changed and that the way he thinks about the game might be different than the way that they... So Simon Dewell and Ravi Shastri both talked about it, and Ravi Shastri brought up a test match where they didn't want to lose a test, and I was like, but this isn't a test match, right? It's a very, very different T20 cricket. The games come around every 5 minutes. You've got 15 of them, 14 of them. How many of them are there? A lot of them that you need to play in a year. Like, I kind of understand doing what he did. Anyway, it looks like Ajinkya Rahane is opening with Tim Seifert. So at the very least, we have 2 players who are roughly the same height batting together now. Worth remembering as well that in the last game, it was Sunil Narayan and Tim Allen. So it's quite the change of the opening batters here. Coming into the game, I'm just having a look now. Gujarat is a 59% chance of winning at the moment, which seems a little bit low considering KKR's form, but fair enough. Gurkiat says, Jared, have you seen the Fifth Estate documentary about the Canadian captain potentially fixing games at the last World Cup? No, I haven't. I've read the article by Cricinfo. I haven't actually read seen the thing. Did you see this, Robbie?
Is there a lot of corruption in Canadian cricket?
There's
Shit,
a lot. There's a lot of issues in America and Canadian cricket with the sorts of people who end up being involved in the boards are usually there for very specific reasons that are not in the betterment of their cricket as a country.
Yeah.
Right? And so a lot of decisions. Yeah, so a lot of decisions are not made. I bet, the bad old days of people getting on cricket boards so they can get free tickets, right? There's a lot of that, but also there's a lot of, you hear a lot of stories about people becoming members of boards and stuff in America and Canada so that their nieces or nephews will make national teams, right? So put it this way. I don't know anything about the fixing allegations, but there's many other allegations in that documentary I understand as well. And I can tell you this, none of them surprised me. I've got a friend who played not that long ago, and there was a lot of stories coming out at that stage about issues. So, yeah, I'm not surprised about it, but the match fixing one I don't know about. But match fixing in women's cricket and associate cricket and T10 cricket and veterans cricket is the big issue at the moment because at the top level, match fixing is being fixed, at least in the short term. Whereas in those other levels, all those games are being broadcast now, right? Like that game the other day that had, $2 million transferred. As this one is pushed into the offside by Tim Seifert, first ball, no run. What do you think of Seifert, Robbie?
I like Seifert. I call him Seafoot. I actually like him.
Is it Seifert or Seifert?
Wow.
I thought it was Seifert.
I'm
happy to be
Seaford.
wrong there.
Doesn't matter. Proper noun can become. But if you notice the batting, he changes technique around again. Strange.
You're talking about the back left as he smashes this one through the covers for 4. Mohammad Siraj bowling to him, 136 Ks outside off stump. He's got an interesting back left.
No, he's got, yeah. It's very Faf du Plessis, eh?
Yeah. Do they remind me of...
Can you hear me crunch? Can you hear the crunch in my mouth?
Every single time, yeah.
Really? So far?
Yeah. No one does a mukbang more than Robbie does on this show. Is it mukbang? Is that the phrase? The kids will know. Unless a mukbang is a porn thing, and I've just really thrown you in it for no reason. This one's hit up to mid-off, and they come around for a single. Yeah, mukbang. I got it right. It's a Korean term for people who eat food on live streams.
Mukbang. I'm a mukbanger.
Yeah. I just watched a podcast of for the Denver Nuggets with a bunch of guys, and their podcast was sponsored by Benihana. And they literally went to the restaurant and did a preview while eating, and it's such a weird thing. And I know that you and I will do the same things as well. But it was like watching these guys who've never had to eat on camera before, but also had to be mindful that they're eating the sponsor's food.
Yeah.
You don't want to go, ugh. I don't. This one from Rahane. He's whipped this up in the air. This could be out for a golden duck if Rabada can catch it, and he can. Ajinkya Rahane's, I was going to say career. His season is not going particularly well here. He sliced across this. Did he try and hit this to the leg side and it swung away, Robbie?
Yeah, weird. Yeah. He tried to hit it on the leg side. Tried to hit it over mid-on. Because he felt.
Do you know what he's done, actually? He's actually played Finn Allen's shot for him.
He actually has.
Oh, they replaced Finn Allen, and the ghost of Finn Allen still manages to go out the same way.
Yeah, he should have gone over the offside. He should have gone over the offside, eh? There.
Yeah. Even even straight on that one. This is why I was talking about the Finn Allen thing of like, you watch Finn Allen sometimes and you're like, there's no reason not to hit that ball straight. Like, you don't need to drag it across. You can hit straight. I've seen him do it many times before. Just hit straight.
First ball.
Is that the last game of Ajinkya Rahane's career?
No.
Oh, come on, mate. We could have got a clip out of that.
That question is not even valid.
No, it's not. It's just me taking the piss. It's just me making you answer it when I know that you won't say. Raghavanshi has come into bat, first drop. So he was demoted to second drop the other night. This one's outside off stump, left alone. There's a bit of swing there still, isn't there?
I'm trying to get to a feed that you're on.
Oh, okay. You behind me.
Are
you watching on a potato? Just message message the group.
No, I'm on that feed.
But you're still behind me. I found that a couple of times too, that the feeds aren't even always kind of synced up with each other, which is a bit of a pain. Anyway, KKR are 5 for 1 after 5 balls. Siraj is bowling, and this is a beautiful shot by Raghavanshi. He chops this into the ground for 4.
Such a good batter, man. And he's such good form. This guy is so good.
So we had a message the other day. Actually, I'd be fascinated to get you this. I think I'll try and get the players right, but I think these are the players. Rizvi, Matre, Raghavanshi. Who's the fourth player? Oh, who was the fourth Indian batter?
Vaibhav.
No. It wasn't. No, it was like it was. Rizvi, Matre. Someone might remember in the comments because it was in the comments the other day. If any of you saw it, it's a really good question, and we had to rank them. And I can't remember who the last.
Is it Priyansh Arya?
Yes. Yep. I think Andy's just putting it up. Might have even been his It might have even been his super chat. I thought this was really good because it's not quite the A-tier guys, right? Like, as in the guys we're 100% certain of. It's that level below. Where do you rank these 4? I'd be interested to know how you go. It's Ricardo comes in and he hits Seifert, armpit.
Shoulder.
Is that on the glove?
Shoulder, left shoulder. But this shot, how good is this shot?
That's such a good shot. Oh, bad misfield, though. I didn't realize it was misfielded. He timed it so well, I thought it just went over him.
Only you would call it a misfield.
No, that hit the middle of his hands. What are you talking about? And
it went like a rocket, Jared.
Yeah, that's
that
your
went
job.
Like a rocket.
You're a backward point. Also, Rob Barron also would have called that a misfield. Let's be fair. I did. There was a team that I was working with where I was doing fielding metrics, and the team really wanted me to do it. And then after 2 games, they asked me to stop giving them the metrics.
Stop doing it.
They didn't say stop doing it. They said stop sharing it, to be fair. I think they could understand that what I was doing was correct, but they didn't want to come off the field and be told they were minus 22 in the field. Have I ever told you the story about Lendl Simmons in when I was at Solutia, where we had a game where we were minus 23 in the field, and Lendl Simmons was minus 17 of those, right?
What? How?
Dropped catches, balls through his legs, fumbled, bad throws, everything, right? Just
a terrible
just a
day.
shocker. Yeah, and then Seifert just humps this across the line off Rabada for 6. Good hit, that one.
Humps it?
Hump. Oh, that was a hump. Well, it's not a pull shot, is it? And it's not quite a slog. It's a hump.
It's a front foot pull shot.
Isn't it a bit more angled? Yeah, it's half a pull shot. Yeah, and Lendl Simmons is having this shocking day. And I didn't know this, and I'm just marking all this down. And then afterwards, David Warner came up to me and he saw the number, right? And he said, without even seeing Lendl's name, he said, how many of those were Lendl? And I went, well, quite a lot. And he said, because before the last ball, he came up to me and he said, can we switch places? Like, it's not working. He'd fumbled the second last ball and he was at long off. So he moved to long on and Warner moved to long off. And the next ball was hit to long on and Lendl fumbled again.
Oh my God. It's one of those days, right?
Yeah, sometimes
It's
it just
just
happens,
terrible.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just horrible. It just feels altogether horrible. Did a wicket just fall? Oh, no.
No. 16 for 1 after 10 balls here. Rabada is bowling. This one is cut away.
Yeah, four
Again,
more.
incredible shot by Raghavanshi. That backward point area, he's a terror there. And there was a deep third down there. It doesn't matter. He beats him on his left.
Yeah, he didn't cut it. It was
Yeah.
the ball beat him for pace. So so he was late on the ball, but still got four for it. Ahmedabad does have short straight boundaries though. They're quite short.
There's a short boundary on the side here as well, I think I was reading about before.
Is it?
Yeah, we'll try and see it if we can. This one's down leg side and a wide by Rabada. Okay, these four guys, who do you rank 1, 2, 3, 4?
Who do I rank 1, 2, 3, 4? Wow.
I think I had Anchorish 1, Aria 2.
Yeah,
And
Rizvi.
then you had Rizvi 3?
Yeah.
And Matre 4?
Yeah.
Is that because he's playing across the line quite a bit at the moment?
No. Oh, gone.
Oh, did he hit it? Yes. He just pushed it this one. 196 Ks an hour. Moved away from him. It was a really good delivery. Would have been a good delivery in any form of cricket. And a little feather on the way through. And he's been given.
That's a
seam or
peach.
swing?
That's test match length, man.
Yeah. Oh, and actually got more than a little feather on it, didn't he? He really hit it.
Yeah.
That's just Rabada in a test match, isn't it? That ball.
That's Rabada in the test match. And that's exactly why he should bowl actually even in one-day cricket. Sorry, in white ball cricket. He doesn't do that very often. Shit, man. Shit hits the roof already for KKR. Can't imagine what the fans must be feeling like.
Yeah, it's not a good season for them, is it? Someone has said Aria's miles ahead of the others. Yeah, remember age curves here as well. So we're trying to predict where they will end up, not. Yeah, so my issue with Matre is that there's a lot of him hitting across the line, and occasionally he hits boundaries on the offside when he's trying to hit them on the leg side at the moment. It's possible that that's not an issue going ahead, and he's just a guy who does that. But at the moment, that's my only question with him. Rizvi's a bad starter, but once he's in, looks really, really good. I just think that the other two are just a slightly step above at the moment.
You know what's happening here? I think Rizvi today is I think the most sorted out in his head player. I think Arya's is probably there as well. I think Ankish is work in progress, and so is Ayush. But I still pick Ankish first because I just feel like he's more all-rounder player for at least that's how I feel as well. I feel like he's just more well-rounded.
I think he could bat in almost any position.
Late on the
already.
ball, bro. It's so late on the ball.
Yeah, I just think he could bat in any position. He's good against pace and spin already. So I'm with you there. Andy says, do you have CSK in the same tier as DC and Gujarat? On paper, their batting should be better than these teams. I didn't. Last time I did the power rankings, I had them still in the bottom 3 pretty solidly. But that's mostly bowling. And that was also based on the fact that Jamie Overton was their best overseas bowler at that stage. Since then, Noor Ahmed has bowled well. And now they've got another injury to a seamer, though, a local seamer, Khalil Ahmed. How bad was that? It was like the second last ball of his day, was it? Or last ball of his day. So I can't move them back up, Andy, yet. They might still play well, but they were already having problems with their bowling, and they've just lost their best Indian seamer.
Khalil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Khalil is looking good, though. Huh?
Yeah. He's out for the season, so season. What are you going to do?
He's out for the season?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got injured off his last ball the other night. Came into bowl, grabbed I want to say his hip flexor, his outer pelvis. I actually don't know anything about physiology unless I've hurt the muscle myself in my life. His side pubis, Robbie. His side pubis.
Side pubis.
Did they say what the injury was? Actually, I'll try and have a look. Siraj in again. Swing. And little Tim misses that one. Where are we here? Yeah, so they need to pick up a local bowler as a replacement.
Who's left? Nobody left. They'll have to go to an under. They'll have to go to an under 19 bowler, man. At this rate.
Yeah, they might actually just pick someone who they think will go for a bid in the next auction, right? And just try and cement them for now, which is not a bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably not gonna make the playoffs anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't seem like it.
So that would be the conversation I would have. Where are we here? He has a right quadricep injury. Is what they said. They haven't updated that, but he's out for the remainder of the series. It didn't look like a quadricep. How far does your quadricep go? How high is it? Come on, Robbie, you're an athlete. You know these things.
I'm going to stand and show you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Robbie is now showing us his groin, everybody. Take a step back, Robbie.
Yes, baby.
Now his daughter's going to come in and punch him in the quadricep.
Can you give me 2 minutes? I have to show Jared uncle something. He wants to see something. He wants to see where the quadricep is. So the quadricep is obviously this part of your leg, and then right up here is where it ends, the quads, and then the hip flexor starts here, this part here, and runs all the way up into the abdomen in here.
Okay, so right on the join between the quadricep and the hip flexor is where he held it the other day. So it was right at the top as Cameron Green plays and misses another swinging ball.
Yeah.
So it might be a quadricep. Then they might have got that one right.
Yeah, quads.
Yeah. I'm trying to. That's what 4 to 6 week injury. So yeah, chances of him playing again pretty. It looked more like a strain than a tear, but even so, if you're a fast bowler.
Yeah. And they generally err on the side of safety. Amen.
Especially if they don't think they're going to make the playoffs, right?
Like this question from Crick Things, dude. Like with KKR, the way they're playing this season, like I hope they get to 200, but the likeliness of that happening seems very slim, isn't it?
I mean, this over has been ... slice in the air for 2 of Siraj. The ball's still moving. The expected runs is 179 at the moment, Crick Things. That's a jump up. It just doesn't look like this is the kind of batting lineup. Reminder as well that their biggest problem with KKR is playing spin. And Ankrish might be their best batter against spin, and he's already gone.
Spin. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not ideal. Sorry, mate. Robbie, if
Definitely
you could just talk amongst yourself. I've got a call from a child here.
Oh, talk amongst myself. Yeah. I'm happy to take more questions. It would have been better without the shots. Of course, it would have been better without the shots. Code noob. Seifat's actually pretty good against spin, but you need more depth, right? One guy is not going to, kind of tonk it for you to get you to 200. And with Rinku not being in great form, the fact that Green is not the best player of spin, and they have Rashid, and then they have Sai Kishore there as well. So how are they going to get to that number? And you need that much on this ground. In fact, Ahmedabad gets better to bat on in the second inning. So they might just have lost that game in the first couple of overs there, guys. Unless something special happens. Because KKR, the one thing KKR don't have at this point is that they don't have any momentum with them. They have zero momentum, which is a dark place to be in. Out of in the middle of the IPL. Oh, that's shot, man! Oof.
Start of the IPL.
Start, middle.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, we're not even all the way there yet. Yeah. Seifat's record is decent against spin. Someone just said that. It's not terrible, but my point is Ankrish is really good against spin, and they don't really have anyone else. Like, there's a lot of spin to come here. Doesn't mean these other players won't do well. where are we here? Prab says, will Rose...
Didn't you tell me Sai
captaincy
Kishore is
come-
playing? Who said Sai Kishore is playing on our chat? Why we spreading fake news on our chats, guys?
Psycho. I didn't hear anyone say he was playing.
Captain Fish, I'm actually drinking this really cool coffee. It's called Lingzi. It's a Indonesian or Malaysian coffee. It's made out of reishi mushrooms. It's really nice. We have like 5 cups a day or something like that. And goes well with banana chips.
Will Rowe come back, captaincy comeback work similar to Ponting in 2013? I don't know what that means. Do you?
Well, I don't know if it's a shit show in that dressing room in Mumbai Indians or it's a shit show amongst the fans of Mumbai Indians. But on X, Mumbai Indians seem like they're going through an absolute crisis right now.
Why? What happened?
So the loss in the previous game has catapulted the discord within the side. And I don't know, it's just the focus has gone into a lot of gossip that's going on X, obviously. So it's just like really weird. Sorry, I've got a call from my boss, so just give me a second.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of Ponting making a comeback as a captain, though. That's the bit that confused me about that. Cameron Green is facing again, 31 for 2. Pushes this very much in the air. Goes down to third. Some good bowling here, to be fair, with the new ball from both of these guys so far. Bart has gone for runs, but bowled some beautiful deliveries. Yeah, I can't remember Ponting coming back. Maybe he just captained a random series. I don't remember, but...
He didn't come like Rohit took over captaincy, right? From Ponting. He was not captain before that. That was when he first took over captaincy. Shot.
Oh,
oof,
he's out.
Gone. Fuck.
Shot, oof, gone is the way that Robbie just called that, by the way. He smashed this on the offside, and it has basically been fielded in the belly button of...
No, that sums it up, right?
I don't know who called that.
That's Phillips, the flying Kiwi.
I don't know if he was flying there. Yeah, it was Phillips, I think.
Well,
right.
Yeah, it is Phillips.
Geez, that was hit really well. Anyway, another wicket. So now they have 32 for 3. And, well, someone said so if it can play spin, he's going to struggle now.
It sums up KKR's season, right? Like I'm telling you, Jar with KKR, unless they go back, they go to Seifert and Finn Allen and Raghuvanshi at 3, that batting order will not settle down. Or you want Sunil Narayan at the top with one of those.
Do you know what else they don't have, right? Like if you look at their team, they don't have like a lot of players they can bring in for like next year. Like guys they can... I was looking at this the other day. I think they've got one. No, they don't have a player like under 25 who they can bring in, right? Who they can get good for next year when it comes to batting. Because they've got Tripathi, Ranjan, and there's someone else. Oh, wait, what about Dash Camera? He might be different. I don't know about him.
Manish Pandey is there.
Yeah, how old's Manish Pandey, though?
38, I think.
So, do you see what I mean? So, their bench is older than their team. Right? Whereas, you remember Chennai last year, Chennai could just play a bunch of youngsters and see how they were and get a good idea, get them a bit more experience and get them in. KKR's team gets older if you do that. Like, the only player I think, they've maybe got a couple of bowlers. I know they've got Umran Malik. Oh, no, wait, they've got the wicketkeeper. Where are we? How old is he?
I'm looking at the whole squad.
He's 23. Yeah, so they've got one wicketkeeper. Sorry, I missed the wicketkeeper. I was looking for specialist batters. Yeah, it's not ideal. They got 2 slips in place for Siraj here, and a beautiful delivery. Rovman Power just pokes at that and misses it. Everyone giggles. Robbie made a noise. I think one of those mushrooms just came out of him.
No, the mushrooms stay in, Jared.
Mushrooms are very weird when it comes to digestion, though, aren't they? It's a conversation.
Yeah, some
for another
people.
day. But anyone who eats a lot of mushrooms, and I eat a lot of mushrooms, will know
This
mushrooms
is
sometimes.
you know, it's when you say
they
stuff
sometimes
like
come
this
out
is when I
fully
want
grown,
Deepak
is all
to
I'm
be on the
saying.
feed. Because he'll try and put logic to it, and that is so funny.
Another beautiful delivery by Siraj here. Rodman gets a run. Rohit says New Zealand, Canada. Yeah, we've talked about this. We don't know if it's true or not. Of course, it's a documentary. Remember, we had the Al Jazeera documentary a couple of years ago, which we were leaked at Crick Info, and we kept going back to Al Jazeera, going, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of evidence here. So it's the same with the Canadian one. I haven't seen the film yet, Rohit, so I can't really talk about it from that perspective. But some of the other stuff they've talked about in it does ring true with Canadian cricket and how bad it has been run for a while. So hopefully there's no issue there. Here's the important question, though, Robbie. Code Noob says, top 5 snacks for you both.
Yeah, what are your top 5 snacks, Chad?
I'm not a big snacker, but my favorite snack, and I'm going to mispronounce this, but maybe you will know how to pronounce it better for me, is this
gone.
glove down the leg side? He is, he's gone.
100%.
Another one. Cameron Green is gone. He's reviewing. So maybe he doesn't think he got gloved down. It looked out to me.
He has to review it. Yeah, there was proper deviation from that one.
It might have hit his shoulder, though, on the way through.
No. It looked closer to the glove than the shoulder. But he seems confident enough, to be honest.
So my
It was
favorite
great.
snack is from South Africa, and it's called druvis. And so you know
Druvis.
biltong. You know biltong is like a beef jerky type thing. Druvis is like a dried sausage that you like crack.
Druvis, yeah.
Yeah, do you know it? Oh my god, it's probably the only 2 snacks I ever eat are that and peanuts. I don't think I snack on anything else. I'm just not interested in snacks. Either cook me a meal or fuck off. That's my rule in life.
And that's why he cooks all the meals at home.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you can't fuck off.
I don't think there's anything on this, mate.
No, there isn't. Actually, it was too
why.
quick, and I thought it took the gloves.
It looked really good live. I'm with you. So what are your snacks? Other than mushroom coffee?
Mushroom coffee is not a snack. It's just we have an entire cupboard filled with this stuff, like a whole cupboard in our kitchen, a whole cabinet that's filled with just this sachets of this. Like Sheetal loves this.
I know. I'm always going through your cabinets.
Yeah, and so for me, I like banana chips. I like M&Ms. I like a Snicker bar or an ice cream from time to time.
Is it ice cream a snack?
Yeah, if it's the size of a Snicker bar, it's a snack,
Okay.
right? And I like coconut flavored peanuts.
Coconut flavored peanuts. So I went to India years ago, and all my friends were obsessed with coconut water, and at that stage it had just started to get big in the West, and so I drunk it. This one's pushed through the offside. They'll get a couple here. And I drunk it, and I never liked it. And they were like, no, you don't understand. Like coconut from a coconut guy, and he's going to split the coconut in front of you. It's going to be incredible. And the coconut water came over, and I took one sip, and I went, nah, it's still shit. I just don't like coconut. I don't know what it is about coconut. I just can't get behind coconut. I don't like coconut flavored anything. So I know lots of people love coconut water and coconut flavors.
And the irony, guys, is that he's married to a Sri Lankan.
My Sri Lankan got friends as well. They're mad on the coconuts. The only thing I'm pretty sure, when you've been to Sri Lanka, have you ever had their arak?
I haven't had the arak.
Yeah. So arak is like a local. It's like a rum
alcohol
type of thing.
It's
an alcohol.
it is. Yeah.
It's a brown alcohol, right? That's the best way of explaining it.
It is. Let's just call it country alcohol. Like it's country alcohol. Oh, that's close.
It's a bit down the leg, I think, isn't it? Yeah, I think Sri Lankan arak might have. I'm trying to remember what it is. Yeah, It's got the unopened flowers of the coconut palm tree. Right? That is the only coconut I like, is arak. I really like arak. Oh, actually, while we're talking about Sri Lanka, as this is another play in a miss here. It was a wide one there. Power chased it.
You
They
don't like
have one-
sambal?
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not. As I said, I'm not a snacker. There's a fruit in Sri
It's
Lanka.
not a snack. Sambal. Coconut sambal. What's like practically given with every meal.
Oh no! I don't know. I hate that. Is that the red one?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
It's so good. How do you not like that?
because it's coconut, and coconuts are bullshit. It's so overrated, coconut.
You're overrated if you think coconut's overrated.
What was I going to say about? Well, yeah. Oh, have you ever had rambutans in Sri Lanka?
Yeah, nice.
Now, if I lived in Sri Lanka, because they're only in season like about a week and a half. Estelle sends me a photo every year when they come in season to say they're back, and you can get like a whole bag of them for like £1. If I was in Sri Lanka, I would eat those as a snack.
So you don't like Sri Lankan cuisine?
I love Sri Lankan cuisine.
How? Because it's got coconut and everything.
I don't mind coconut when it's cooked into things. It's more raw coconut or coconut water. I don't like the taste of coconut itself, but when it's cooked into other things, I don't mind it.
Interesting. Oh my God, how many plays and misses are we going to have today? And I love the fact that here Rabada is just bowling these test match lengths.
We must have had, what, 8, 9 plays and misses?
Much more than that. I feel like every... Yes, singer Robinder Singh Barron is joining us in the second innings to answer your question. He wouldn't be anywhere else.
Shreya says, is the issue with Mumbai just having too many stars and ego similar to Real Madrid? Robbie? Are they all too egotistical at Mumbai? End of Robbie's career. Can we only ask questions of Robbie that might end his career?
What career?
Also true. Yeah, I don't.
I tell you what.
I wonder how much of it is just form as well, though. Like, we never talk about that. Rajasthan had 6 players in form, and they basically won 4 games on the trot, right? And then some of their form disappeared, and they lost a game. Sometimes form is just, if you have too many players in a form or out of form, the results can vary quite a bit.
But who looks out of form? Everyone looks like they're in form. I think his bowling is just not firing, right? And the fact that...
Bumrah's not at peak form, is he? He's bowling way too many full tosses.
Excuse me. Yeah. Bumi is... I don't know if he's not in form as much as he's... Is it just me, or does it feel like he's bowling slightly slower?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say he's bowling slower because every ball's a full toss, so it probably looks at his normal pace.
Maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong. Oh, another edge.
Jeez. How did Powell get that to cover? Now, let's see if I can bring this up, Robbie.
There's some questions that are so funny.
Ball event. Oh, I can do control percentage. Okay. Imagine batting this bad and having the wicket doing all this sort of stuff and the ball swinging, and then crushing Krishna is going to come on as well. Like, although bowled that one down. All right, so far, wow, this is crazy. They have faced 37 balls. That was prior to that wide. 37 balls prior to that wide, and of those 37 balls, they have been not in control of 17 of them. So almost half the deliveries that they have faced, they have not been in control of. That's not just plays and misses, of course. That's also edges and everything else. But that is a huge percentage in any... Yeah, you don't usually get that as... This is hit beautifully by screen out to the sweeper. So let me see if I can just get plays and misses for you.
Andy saying I'm going to get aggregated saying that ex-CSK star says Bumrah is washed. Because I said Bumrah seems like he's bowling slightly slower than before. It doesn't seem like he's out of form.
It's worth talking to you about this. It is kind of weird. Like, I get aggregated. No, I get aggregated a little bit, right? Like, on occasion. It must be so... I remember having a conversation with... This is an LBW shot. It's down leg.
That is...
Yeah,
I think
down
it's
leg.
high.
It's a good shot, yeah. I remember having this conversation with Harsha where he was like, enjoy this part of your career because you're going to get famous one day and everything you say is going to be taken out of context. And I was like, but if I say everything now, that's all, like, if people know me for the person who just says what he says, I don't think I'll get aggregated the same way that other people will. And it's also possible I never got as famous as Harsha thought I was going to get famous. But how weird is it knowing that you can say something that is very benign and then wake up the next day to like a bunch of your friends going, whoa, oh my God, I can't believe you said this.
Yeah, I've actually had that happen to me last year like 4 times. So I've stopped going to podcasts now.
says the man starting a podcast network.
I want the focus to be on Combox for now.
Yeah, we'll keep saying things that are really terrible, and people will keep leaking back to Combox.
Once the full launch goes on, then we'll say stuff that's.
But I say this as someone who doesn't have the ability really to think about what he's going to say before he says it, right? Is this a beautiful shot by Pal? It's high. Oh,
6 for sure.
I've gotten about 15 rows back at long on. Like I find it really hard to think about what I'm going to say before I say it, right? Which is part of the reason that makes me a good broadcaster, but also makes some people a bit nervous about having me on air at certain times.
Yeah, I get that as well. Yeah? I get that as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you were like me. That was one of the reasons I wanted to partner with you, because I thought you were the sort of person who just said things and then afterwards, you thought, yeah.
It just it feels right? It feels authentic. Like you say things, you want to call things as you see it. Yeah. And the only kind of thing that I kind of tell myself is that I want to be, like when I'm broadcasting, I want to be able to help the viewer understand that why something happened on the field. You know, what was perhaps the batter or the bowler's mindset, or what were they trying to do? Because I think there are very few people who actually do that, right? Try and explain why a batter or a bowler tried to do something or ended up doing what they did on the field. To give context.
No, I think that's fair. It is one of those things, and I've talked about this a lot. Of like, at a certain point, the job, like, I have a complicated relationship with many different players, right? And there was a fascinating one recently. I don't know if you saw this, but Johnny Bairstow had a real go at me on Instagram over something I'd said, where I don't think he'd actually. Yeah, I don't think he'd listened to it, to be fair. So I don't want to put the boot into him or anything. But clearly, Johnny Bairstow and I have a complicated relationship. I've written about his entire career. He has seen, Johnny reads and listens to everything, so he would know, what I have done. And he did that. And this wasn't even about him. It was about Butler, actually. And he was, a little bit upset. Maybe sent the message late at night. Never send social media messages late at night as a general rule. And a lot of people were asking me about it. I was like, that's fine. Like, I don't have an issue with that. But then right after that, I'd said something about Jamie Overton, which was a bit more critical, I thought, right? It wasn't really critical about him. And he wasn't tagged in this at all. And someone tagged Jamie Overton in. And he just put a response going, Jared is working on a cricket media platform talking about cricket. Like, this is his job, what he is doing here, right? And so I always think I can't control if the person is going to have a Johnny Bairstow reaction or a Jamie Overton reaction, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, it's more important to tell the viewer what they need to know. There are plenty of people who've done better in cricket media by sucking up to players and being friends with players, whereas I'm trying to tell the people what's happening in the game. And they're two different gigs, right? I understand that. And that's fine. I accepted that early on when other people had, were friends with players, and players felt, in some cases, uncomfortable about being friends with me because I just said something about one of their friends. Whereas Robbie doesn't mind. Robbie doesn't mind me slagging off all of his friends.
Oh boy. I love how you're owning it though, Jared. You're at least
Well,
like,
do you know what? I think a lot of people get into sports media to be friends with players, right? No judgment. That's a cool thing to want to do. You,
nah.
I don't need to be friends with players. Like, I just don't. Right? You know me. You know me well
Yeah.
enough to be like, it's
Yeah.
just not something that I'm particularly. I've
Yeah.
got friends who are players, but that is largely accidental.
Yeah. Yeah. This is Ashok, isn't he? He's apparently clocked 155 clicks, eh?
154, 155. Yeah, he's got the quickest delivery in the tournament. What again? Oh, as Robin gets up and under a pull shot here.
This could be
Oh,
out.
another big hit.
No, oh my God, he's middled the crap out of that one.
I think if he hit that lower, it's just a normal 6, but he hit it so high.
Yeah. No, that's a
I
top shot,
think
eh?
Ashok needs to work a little bit on lateral movement, but I love his pace. He's genuinely quick, right? He's not that much slower than Umran Malik, and he's way more accurate than Umran Malik.
Yeah. Umran was was quite wavered, and one of the challenges with Umran is that he didn't even swing the ball very much. Sorry. Shot. Oof.
Timing him okay here, pal.
Yeah.
To be fair, the ball has stopped swinging, and I haven't seen as much seam movement over the last little while.
I'm right here, just going God mode.
Oh, I've split my head in half. See, I can come on either side. I wish I knew how to do all those things rather than make fun of them. Sartik says, if you're in charge, how would you handle current green? I think there's a genuine... I don't know if you guys are aware of this. This one's outside off stump and punch to backward point. If you guys are aware of this, but Cameron Green had a real falling out with a Shield cricket journalist. Australian cricket journalist, but at a Shield game.
Did he?
Yeah, like, not last year, this year, sorry. I think he's really feeling the pressure a lot at the moment, Cameron Green, of all the hype that he got when he came in. And I wrote about this at the time. Australia hasn't had a genuine all-rounder, really, outside of Shane Watson when he was fit, since like the 60s. So there was a lot of pressure put on him to be that next guy.
So you don't consider Tom Moody an all-rounder? You don't consider Steve Waugh an all-rounder?
Steve Waugh, I think, could have been, but the hamstring, right? And eventually Steve Waugh was more of a fifth bowler, wasn't it? Like, he was a handy bowler. Tom Moody just doesn't play enough cricket for Australia. Tom Moody's career is fascinating because most of his good work is done in county cricket, right? And then he comes back and wins 2 World Cups 12 years apart. Like, Tom Moody does have a bizarre career. I'm not saying they're not all-rounders. What I'm saying is Keith Miller, Richie Benaud, Alan Davidson are star all-rounders. Between them and Watto, there really isn't anyone else. And Watto ends up not being able to bowl the amount of overs that you want from an all-rounder. Like, in your era, someone bowling 12 overs a day is not really an all-rounder, are they? Whereas,
Yeah. Fair.
And that's what he ended up being. I think Shane Watson could have been. Shane Watson also suffered from the fact that there was so much hype about him, right? And he never quite lived up to the hype, even though he goes on to have a really fantastic career. So I think a lot of the stuff with Green at the moment it's about all the stuff that Robbie likes to talk about, empathy, mental health, making him feel comfortable. I just don't think he knows who he is at the moment.
I actually think he does. I just think he's... what's the word? I think
that was so unsubtle what you just did then. Everyone saw
it. Come on, God mode is unsubtle.
Yeah. It's less unsubtle when you come back and just gas comes out of your mouth.
The soft drink's pretty strong, bro.
Yeah. That thumbs up. It's got a lot of carbonated.
I swear, I'm telling you.
Sorry.
I think he's dealing with the expectations of the money he's receiving, the expectations of the tag that's on him, and and for me, I think if you're an Australian getting this kind of money, especially if you're coming through the ranks, and if you're not prepared for it, and he seems like one of those nice Aussie boys, right?
Yep.
It's not one of those Aussie boys who's got a chip on their shoulders, right?
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
Oh, well, guess. So I just think he's navigating through all of that, and I think he'll come out, he'll get past it, and he'll come on top. I just think it's going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, I still think he'd be a fantastic cricketer. I'm not sure he even knows what his best T20 role is at the moment, right? And that happens to young all-rounders. It probably happened to Curran. It certainly happened to Ben Stokes. It probably happened to Jadeja at times as well. Like sometimes being an all-rounder is great in T20 cricket, but you need it's better to be like a specialist who understands exactly where you fit in. As this is,
shot.
This will fit in all right. Oh, they did. That one went for 4. That was the one I thought was going to go out of the park. Big pull shot off Prashid there for 4 by Green.
Siddhant, to answer your question, Peach.
Rudra says, why drop Allen instead of Green? Seifert and Allen open. Look, everything is, what is happening with KKR is what happens when your structure is wrong and you end up polishing the brass on the Titanic as she sinks. Right? We know what the problem. There's 2 huge problems. One is Rahane doesn't quite fit with the team that they've picked. The other is they are a team that needs the pitch to spin when they bowl, and then when they bat, they need the pitch not to spin. Like they're not set up correctly in any sort of way to win cricket games. And so what you're seeing is panic. So we've had 2 different opening partnerships in 2 different games. Like literally 4 openers in 2 games. That's close.
Oh, gone. That should be gone.
Ooh.
That should be gone.
It was full and straight, and he just played all around that Green. He's 12 off 15 here.
I think he's hit the ball. That's why he's not giving it out.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because they were discussing it.
I thought it was a little leg side, but I did think the umpire would give it out. I've got 2 dueling replays happening at the same time. I don't know which one to look at. Oh, my God, that looks straight. Oh, it's hit him on the back leg, too.
Oh, that's out. Oh, my gosh. How did they not take that?
Oh. Wow. This next one's pushed on the offside. No run. Where are we here? Your 2 favourite cricketers combo. Mine is Rowe and AB de Villiers. What does it mean by 2 favourite cricketers combo? Did Rowe hit an AB de Villiers bat together?
No, that's like who he prefers.
Banana chip.
Banana.
I think I would love to see. Oh, this one's hit up in the air again, but it's going to be safe. I think I would love to see Viv Richards and AB de Villiers bat together.
For me, it was Viv Richards and Sachin Tendulkar.
That'd be good too. I did think about them. I almost went that way as well. I was actually thinking Viv Richards and Sehwag.
Ooh, that's nice.
Speaking of this, have you ever seen the innings where Viv Richards bats with Barry Richards?
No, I've barely seen Barry Richards bat.
They went up against. They played in a team against Australia during World Series cricket, right, for the World 11, and I think it was in Western Australia, and there was a headline. That's great Yorker that's dug out by Green here.
Very good ball.
There was a headline in the Western Australian paper that said something along the lines of, which Richards is the best, the black one or the white one, right? And Viv Richards was quite young, and but I don't know if you've ever met Barry Richards, but he is not a shy or like he.
No, he's not.
I've said this. I'm sure I've said this to you before, but he said to me once, Jared, you know I could have averaged 70, 75 in first class cricket. Like that's how Barry Richards.
But he did average.
Yeah,
but
still
Barry
averaged
Richards
55. But in his mind,
60 or something, right? 59 or something.
So Gordon Greenwich, I think, made 70 or 80 or something in this innings, and Barry was batting really well. And Viv comes out to bat with Barry, and Barry just takes it to a level of batting, Robbie. He plays some shots in this innings that even now would stand out. He plays a back foot cover drive at one stage, as if to say, I can even play the West Indian shots better than you can play the West Indian shots, right? That's such a dream partnership, and you only get it like for this brief little moment. So, to be able to do that and just pick 2 players that you would like, I think that would be incredible.
Yeah.
Who would you have? Lara and Sobers?
Boy, yeah, that would be nice as well. Oof. Someone mentioned Dale Steyn and Malcolm Marshall. Oof, that also sounds fiery.
They're really similar too, aren't they? How tall would Dale be? About 5'10", 5'11"?
Yeah, 5'11".
Malcolm Marshall's about 5'10", I think.
Yeah.
Very different actions, right? One's more like a traditional action, and Malcolm Marshall was more that straight chest-on type of player. Tappan says Char might be the best finisher, only takes 2 overs. I'm not sure I get that. Do you understand that?
No. Say it again? Say it
It's on
again?
the screen.
Oh, yeah, Char might be the best finisher. Only takes 2. Oh, there's some. That is a. Who's that? That is Tapan. Tapan clearly is a frustrated Mumbai Indians fan.
Oh, of course. Yeah. So we looked at this Tapan. I've actually got some numbers on this for you as Robin hits a couple of boundaries to start off here against Rashid Khan. Sorry, one boundary. Wait. Yeah, one boundary. We looked it up. I thought he was swinging the ball less this year than in previous years. And that was one of the issues. And he's just coming on at 133 Ks an hour. And we looked it up, and he's swinging the ball as much as ever before. And he's not lost any pace. I can't tell you why he's going for so many runs this year.
Become a little bit more predictable. Oi, well bold.
This is a good one. I might have to explain this one to Robbie. But Andy says, are Ashwin and P-Dog doing a JJ Redick? Feels inevitable that some IPL owner watches their content and hires them the way the Lakers did Redick. So I can tell you that this has already happened because I think one of the first analysts in the IPL from outside of India was a guy called Joe Harris who wrote a blog and was hired from the blog. I was hired directly from Cricinfo and then was offered another job based on my YouTube stuff. So it is a thing that will happen. And I think, Robbie, we know that there are some people when they make comments publicly that you and I are thinking that they might be making those comments with the thought of where their next job might be.
Yeah. 100%.
We had a player asked to come on our podcast. No names, but it rhymes with Moab Malik. And we didn't realize at the time that he was basically trying to get a job in cricket at that time. And like I've been thinking since whether I would have still had him on had I known that it was literally making an application for a job. I think it's okay if you know, isn't it? But it feels a bit more disingenuous when you're not sure.
Just say why you're trying to do something. It's fine.
Yeah, and I have been told that by people before. I can frame the questions around that.
Yeah.
Siva says, Robbie, what is happening to Mumbai? It's like an action replay of the 2024 season. Ego clash.
No one can tell what's happening in Mumbai. They generally are slow starters to the IPL. Seems like there's a lot of frustration in that dressing room. Doesn't feel like a dressing room that's at the moment happy. But well, they are a formidable side, and there's a lot of legacy to their team. How they repair the situation and come back is what's important, right? But they have the personnel for it. That's rallying those people around is what is going to be the challenge for the leadership group.
Can I ask you about you yourself as a media person? When something like this happens, do you contact people there and ask what's going on?
No, not really. Unless it gets dire, I'm like, I think of, can I help in any way? But oftentimes at that point you want to give them the space to figure it out as well, because at that point you're not helping, because they are looking at things from one perspective and are not willing to let go that perspective, and they're looking at it from their version of the truth, right? Wow, that should be a no ball.
That should be stricken from the record, that delivery. That's missed the pitch by what? Half a
There is
meter?
no
It was a
ball.
slower ball gone wrong. He still got it to
Yeah,
the keeper.
why? Yeah, but why is this so? Um, why is this so like this? These things happening in cricket so much right now.
The really wide deliveries.
Yeah, why is that happening? It's happening so often in cricket right now.
I think this is the highest percentage of slow balls we've ever seen by a massive amount at the moment. And I think a lot of guys who are not traditionally slow ball bowlers or not on top of it are trying to bowl them. And I think that is playing a big part in it. I'm not sure that excuses missing the pitch as Ashok did. The funny thing about that is Ashok bowled a great Yorker and then followed it up with missing the pitch. Gautam says, nominees for cricket nightmare blunt rotation. Might want to skip that one, Robbie.
Yes, 100%.
Boss Maniac says Jared needs to join Robbie for the J. He's not having a J, guys. He's just
Like it's not a J. I just want to be civilized in front of you all.
Yeah. Another boundary there, but accidental. Jack says,
It depends on which team. I like this question. Okay, go on. Ask this question because this is a really nice question that Jumpsuit B8M has asked. You should ask that next.
Can we just star that question, Vignesh or Rakshit, whoever's there? Jack says, should Cam just go away to the mountains or a remote beach or the desert or the outback? I've given him a lot of options, Jack. Achieve enlightenment and then come back to play. I actually think that in professional sport, sometimes one of the best things you could do is literally like just go off and relax for a little while and think about things and then come back. I think it becomes such a grind. So sometimes you just have to actually understand what you're looking for. Robbie might disagree.
Sorry, my feed went off. I was just bringing my feed back on.
Oh, so did mine.
Yeah, and it says channel not active, so I had to go off. So breaks are necessary, but I was just thinking while you were speaking that you cricketers know that the opportunity to earn this kind of money is not the easiest, and so whilst they're there and they're earning it, then they don't know if they'll get the same amount next year, especially if they're having the kind of season that they had.
Hey, buddy.
You want to say hi?
Hi. Hi.
Hey, buddy. You all good?
Yeah.
Who's your second favorite cricketer?
Gaikwad.
Gaikwad. Oh, deep cuts.
Bye. Yeah.
Gaikwad.
That's my good egg.
What a nerd.
No, he's his second favorite cricketer because he absolutely adores Gaikwad. So in the 2024 season, we'd gone there to watch some games. And in that season, we were in Chennai, and he and Rutu kind of like they got on really well, and they went out. Sheets and Neil and the players went out for dinner, and then they ended up that place turned into it became like a private party for CSK players, and then they ended up partying together. They had a wild night, and Rutu and him were like making everybody drink. It's just a fun night, so he loves him.
I've said this before that my son
out.
This might be out. Yeah, straight up in the air from Rodman, a big heave across the line, and just caught in the end. So Ashok gets a wicket. He struggled again with a couple of balls there. Yeah, my son, when I was with St. Lucia, Kavim Hodge was the player he just like completely bonded with. And like at one stage we looked over and he was sticking his finger in Kavim Hodge's ear. And the thing is, Kavim Hodge was quite young then, and like that was years. Hey, Cheyenne's here.
Hello.
That was years before he played for the West
Hi,
Indies
Cheyenne.
or anything. And so when he made his Test 100, I got to tell that story over and over again.
Yeah.
Where are we here? Abel says, Jared, have you seen the Lalit Modi interview with Vaughan? Oh, Cheyenne's not here.
Yeah.
I have not seen it. I saw like half a clip.
Snippets.
We were chatting to Lalit about coming on as well and talking to him. I never never quite followed it up between the two of us. But no, I haven't seen the interview. I will try and go and have a look at it. I'm not surprised though. If you have a look, Lalamadu's done about 4 or 5 podcasts in the last couple of months. So generally, once he's on, he does everything. It's very normal. For him. Vahish Shah says, Green appears to be the type of cricketer who's extremely underconfident despite his skills and talent. Basing this on the test doco, thoughts? I've got this theory that with a lot of players who are picked on talent over results early in their career, quite often they spend a long time struggling to find their way because they don't think they've justified it. It doesn't happen with everyone. Some people are like, no, I should have always been playing. I can't believe they didn't pick me when I was 15. But I think Green's one of those guys who reminds me of some of those players that I've talked to over the years. Oh, is this going to be LBW? Oh, well, that looks straight, Sean.
It does look out, Jared. I have a ball behind you, so when I see it...
Oh, so you're just assuming I'm right.
No,
Yeah.
I reacted after
You're just assuming he's right.
That's why I reacted after you.
But they're going to
I can
review
see
it.
They have to go up this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
swept
it
this,
should go up.
went right across his off stump. I mean, it looked to me, Robbie, like it hit him on off stump. It was going to hit middle.
Might be middle and leg, no?
Middle. I think middle.
Oh, it might just be outside off stump. He
can-
might have got himself out further.
Is that the leg in middle stump that you can see from here?
Yeah, I think he has.
Yeah.
Don't forget that angle's not straight in front
Jesus.
either. Yeah, I think he'll get away with this. He's fine. That'll be second one. Well, he wasn't given out this time, I suppose. The other one he was given out, wasn't he? Yash says, on the career-ending question, Robbie, who is the culprit in the 2019 semis? And Jared, is Robbie not your friend or cricketer? No, he's neither in my mind. No, as I said, like I'm happy to become friends with a cricketer accidentally, but the thought of me like becoming friends with a cricketer because I want to become friends with a cricketer is so alien to me. It's just not how I do things. I don't like becoming friends with people, let alone cricketers.
Jared himself is an acquired taste, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jared,
Sorry, what did he say?
not
Jared
friends with
himself
himself for the most part of his life,
not
by the
friends.
way.
Yeah, exactly. It's as when people get really upset with something I've said, I'm like, well, I may not agree with that.
In 2 days.
I've heard this
That is so
many
true.
times,
Jared,
Jumpsuit says, oh yeah, Robbie, what is the dressing room vibe like when you have lost so much?
Oh yeah, it's absolute shit. Depends on which team you're in, but for most teams, it's absolute shit. There's just no energy. It's just you feel very stuck. The energy in the dressing room is very stuck. It's like there's nothing that gets it moving. And I've been in teams like I've been in the Pune Warriors team where we've only seen losses and losses and losses for 3 years, right? And we tried everything. Like I was and for me as a batter, I was the top run scorer for Pune Warriors in the 3 years that they existed. We did everything. Nothing worked. They changed some 4 or 5 captains. Nothing worked. It just felt like that Pune ground at that point. Yeah. I just felt like the Pune Warriors, that Pune stadium at that point was like a Panoti stadium. Like any home team was losing. Even India was losing matches there initially.
It's really far
so and
from
then
the
they did
main
some.
town.
It is, but they apparently did some big puja there, and there was like
it's a beautiful
huge-
stadium. It's just literally in the middle of nowhere, right? It could not.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
it is, yeah.
stadium. Yes,
Also,
for sure.
they made the stadium, but the bathroom I know this is a weird thing to
Exactly,
bring up, but the
exactly.
bathroom facilities are just like, why would you make a brand new great stadium and not think about the bathrooms? There's like hardly
I was
any
going
of
to say
them.
that. It's horrible.
I would say the other thing of like when I've been in a dressing room, it's also what happens is people just turn on each other because sometimes you're just not 100% sure why it's happening. And it's like being in any business when things go wrong, people just get upset. Oh, this is a shot from Cameron Green. Comes down the wicket.
That's
and
a nice shot.
Rashid Khan about 40 meters back. So yeah, you just get to a point where like everyone's really upset at everyone and they don't even always know why. And it gets really pissy. The other thing I would say is that change rooms in professional cricket, when things are going right and things are going wrong, are actually not that much different than amateur change rooms. The middle ground's very different. But when you're up,
Bang on.
it's like playing club cricket, and when you're down, it's like playing club cricket. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it actually makes perfect sense. Shot, man. It's in the gap again. Wow.
Yeah.
Bisected deep mid wicket and deep square leg. Good shot. Not the boundary.
Guys, I'm going to leave you, and I'll be back probably. I'll try and come in for the second innings, but I have a small child to fetch. So,
Attend to. Yes, of course.
Yeah, pick up, whatever, chat to. She'll be talking nonsense.
Yeah.
Are
you walking?
I could walk. I'll probably just drive because it'll be a bit quicker. It's very close. It's like it's literally like a 6-minute walk, but then I can come back quicker if I drive. But then she'll say, "Why are we driving? I've got my scooter," and I'll can't win. But I'll see you guys in a bit.
Yeah. See you now. Where have you been, Shayan?
Oh, I've been here. We've done a bunch of watch-alongs, have we not? I think the
No, we have. No, I
haven't
mean,
done
where have you
together.
been today? Today, where have you been?
I actually went to get my tickets for the games, for the rest of the games in Lucknow. So I just got the season tickets for them. So they're giving 7 tickets for
You bought the
5,000
season
bucks.
tickets?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not a
nice.
Lucknow
Yeah.
fan, but it's the stadium closest to me, like literally 2 kilometers from my place. I just walk there and walk back.
Hey.
Because you know what happens in stadiums in India, right? Like you basically cannot take a car or a ride there. You at a certain point you have to walk. So I think now I'm used to that pretty much. But it's cool. It's a nice
It's a nice
stadium, I
stadium,
think.
though.
Yeah.
It's a nice
The
stadium.
facilities are
Big,
still a bit
nice.
off. I don't quite like that,
Yeah.
but the stadium in itself is nice.
Yeah. Shit, these guys have their task cut out for them, huh?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a decent rebuild. I will say that. It was going really hard.
Is it a...
Like
is
they
it
were
a
37
decent
for 3, were
rebuild?
they not?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
But where will
Just
it
from
take
that.
them? They need to get to... There, see, again, 180 is 180 enough with KKR's bowling, especially in...
180 is not enough.
These are the-
That is for sure. Yeah, so Saurabh
Actually, it could
Mishra,
be enough for a GT batting lineup, right?
the
'Cause,
thing is, you'll need early wickets, right? Because they're so top 3 reliant, and one of those 3 are going to score runs, most of them. If you get all 3 of them out, maybe you can defend 180, but can you get all 3 of them out? And especially looking at KKR's bowling form, I don't know.
yeah,
Like I'm a bit
yeah.
suspect about that. So Saurabh Mishra asks, why is Rinku batting behind Powell and Roy today? You have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, because obviously, shot, man. That is a shot and a half. Beautiful shot.
Yes.
Sorry,
That
I'm a
was
little ahead of
great
you, I
shot.
think.
No, it's fine. It's actually fun to watch it like this also.
So it basically is because clearly Rinku recognizes or perceives himself as a
Finisher.
as a finisher, and so mentally perhaps the
It does
wherewithal
take time, right?
to kind of even with spin compared to fast
Exactly.
bowling and spin, he's a way better player of fast bowling
Pace
than he
and
is of
spin.
spin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm on
I
a
think
feed that's
that's
slightly ahead to you guys. Yeah, Sachin's asking what feed are you on? I'm on the Rob Barron feed. If you know what I
It
mean.
does seem like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think actually Anukul Roy had a great domestic season, did he not, Robbie? He made loads of runs for Jharkhand when they won.
He did.
So I think
Yeah.
you might as well use his batting at a certain point. Like, and this was the exact sort of, I think, number 5, number 6 sort of position where he was doing well for them. So I definitely see the merit in this. And then Rinku can come in. If another wicket falls, Rinku can come in and then just go at the death.
Yeah.
Green is looking like
Yeah.
now he's looking much better. He's got a few boundaries away, right? So it should help his confidence a lot. And
Confidence, yeah, for
I
sure.
still think Robbie, he's a good player. Like I know people are being really reactionary on
Arey,
Green
no.
right now, but
He's
it's
a
just
very
he's
good
not
player.
had exactly, and he's just not had the ideal entry points, the ideal batting positions in this KKR setup, has he? Because that's what happens when you're in a team that is not doing that well.
Yeah, for sure. And I just think when you don't have momentum, then you're trying to figure out what the 11 is, and you don't have the best of form. It all kind of accentuates everything, right? And today, how much needs to happen before people start writing people off? Like the level of patience that is there with that's just that
Exactly.
exists in the world today is very minuscule.
For sure.
Yeah.
man. Like, I mean, in 2-3 games, people will start overreacting. I'm like, guys, give it a rest. Like, another player who's obviously had a lot of discourse is Ruturaj Gaikwad, right? Like, but I'm just saying, guys, fine, you want to criticize his intent. I agree that maybe he should not be opening. Like, maybe he should be batting at 3, coming in that sort of a role. Let Matre open and use
And
the
that's
power
such
play.
an
But then,
easy fix, right? The Rutu story is such an
yeah,
easy
exactly.
fix. It's
Yeah.
not a difficult fix. Like
Yeah.
you know that okay,
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense. Sorry, I'm just standing up. My back's hurting, dude. So I'm just standing up.
Yeah.
But it's such an easy fix because Rutu just has to play sheet anchor role, man. And that's a role that allows the rest of the batting order to play with so much freedom. But just I don't know, like even with the support stuff, maybe I don't know, he's not agreeing. He's like maybe no, I will open and I'll score runs opening the batting, and maybe he will. But is it the best thing for the team
For the
right
team.
now? No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's not.
That's
It's
what I
not the
think.
best
You just
thing.
have to use Matre in the power play. And the other thing is, when Matre is opening, it also gives him a cushion that okay, even if I fail, I have Gaikwad there at number 3 who can save the team, right? We've seen what Gaikwad has done at his best.
Whoa! Sorry, buddy, but that is another shot and a half
No,
from
that
Lee.
is a class shot. Yeah.
Yo,
What do you make of Ashok, by the way, Robbie? He's
That's
been
good.
like
Good.
very fast, has he not? 150 plus. He's clocking.
Yeah. This ball must have been 107 or something.
Yeah, this was 103. This was 103.6.
Yeah, because
he also has the
Sterling is-
differential.
Yeah, so but the thing is, he's showing that too early because Green is stepping out to that, and he's stepping out to that like he knows exactly what's coming in. So he's showing him, that slow delivery.
Yeah, that would make sense. I think I quite like Gujarat's middle overs bowling actually, Robbie, because when you've got Prasid in this form, and Rashid obviously he also seems to have found some of his form back. I just think it's really hard to nail them in the power play and then even in the middle overs. It's the death overs I still feel there is some scope for batting teams to take them down and get a few runs away, because I had gone for the Gujarat versus Lucknow game, the afternoon game, and actually, Lucknow had a decent last 3-4 overs where they got away a few runs and put up at least a decentish total. Not decent in today's world, but from the situation they were in, they were not able to score a run in the middle overs. So I think that's what GT really brings. Yeah. And today Green has been fine. I mean 51 of 34. I think he was 7 of 13 at one point. So good on him to catch up, get to this point.
He was 22 or 27 or 22 also.
Yeah.
So he's kind of made up.
Yeah. Last few balls, he's hit lots of boundaries, right? I think that's definitely helped.
Good. He's taking control. We can see he's farming the strike also a little bit, which I don't mind. Especially he's hitting the ball so well.
Yeah, what is control percentages today? I'll just look that up.
It's a little less. Just overall, it's a little less from all of these guys.
Must have started a bit shaky, with a 7 of 13. And Siraj was bowling well, I thought.
Yeah. Top. I'm right here, okay? Don't worry. I'm right here.
Yeah. Yeah, so actually, Robbie's right, because Green is at a control percentage of 58 right now. But I'm sure if we actually break it down by phase, there has to be a certain sense of improvement, because we can clearly see that he's hitting the ball a lot better, right? Like those sixes, and especially the one where he
smashed another one now.
Oh yeah,
smashed just another one. He is sending it.
Wow, and he's spanking Rashid. I mean, this is a pretty big deal, is it not?
What is this new type of reaction from these bowlers? They get smashed for 6 and they just smile like a wide 32 teeth smile.
Maybe they're like used to it at a certain point. This is the norm now. That getting hit is the norm. Not getting hit is not the norm, right? Like if you bowl a 4 overs 25 spell now, people will be like,
"Oh, sorry, buddy." You know what I mean?
Yes. Good on you for not giving me a spoiler. That was nice.
Yo, the thought of Rashid Khan beating someone with a leg spinner outside the outside half of the bat.
Yeah.
Who never thought?
And then Butler was nowhere near it. Would you say this is a tough one for a keeper?
This is another 4, 6. Oh, 4! He dropped it. Yo!
And there is another drop. Oh no, we needed Rob Barron for this drop. He would have absolutely
Rob,
gone after the
we
fielders.
got to ask Rob how much money he lost on that drop catch.
So Robbie, actually on the last ball, the second ball, would you say that was tough for Butler as a wicketkeeper, or like he should have caught that?
Oh, you see, the thing is, a lot of wicket keeping is also built on anticipation, right? You see
Yeah.
a bowler never bowling the leg spinner ever, and then suddenly, see, even that was a little bit of a leg spinner. This ball, top spin leg spin mixture. Right. Sometimes when you bowl at the scrambled scene, even if you intend to bowl a leg spinner, see this one, yeah, this is googly, right? Even if you intend to bowl the leg spinner, sometimes just off the green or off the seam, it hits wrong and ends up short. This could also be four. Ends up going the other way. So scrambled seam can be quite deceptive even for the keepers.
Oh. Yeah, that would make sense. And I don't even think Butler is like a specialist keeper in that regard, because he's also a fielder at times. Like he's done both those roles, right? Keeping is not as natural to him, I would say, as like obviously say a Saha. I mean, Saha is a great example. What happened wrong?
I just had Rob Barron message me. He's like, I had just bet wicket this over. So missed stumping, drop catch, my nan would have taken, and my nan is 95 years old and blind. That was so funny. Rob, that's awesome, buddy. I'm so sorry. Apparently, every time there's a drop catch, he's lost some money. I feel so bad for him.
He hates drop catches in general. I think it's just like
That's why he hates it. He hates it because he's paid a price every time there is one. So that means how good are his instincts? How well is he reading the game to be able to call that?
I mean, he does watch a lot of cricket. I will give you that.
Yeah. What's the question?
We've answered this one.
We've answered this question.
Yeah. Is there any new one, Vignesh, that we
Well,
can take up? Yeah.
Just like
I'll
that,
read it.
KKR are back in the game, no? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it does. There's looking a lot better now. I'll read this. So Ashish Iyer has a super chat, and he says a lot of the batters that were a part of the World Cup squad might not return for the next series. It's not about form, but that they haven't. I mean, I think he means upskilled, but that they haven't upskilled. What do you think about this, Robbie?
Well, Ashish, if you were selector, maybe that would have happened. But with the way Indian cricket works, I don't see many changes in that squad. But to be very fair, how can you change a World Cup winning squad?
It's very tricky, right? I completely get that, but at a certain point, when you see guys like Shreyas Iyer or Rajat Patidar who are playing the way that they are, would they not make this team even better? Like I'm just saying, it's a.
What
fair
will happen
conversation to
is
have.
the squad will play, but they'll have lesser patience with non-performance moving
Yeah, fair.
forward.
I think
Because they'll be like
that's
these
more than
guys.
fair. And the other thing is, Sky has
That's
just won a T20 World Cup as a captain, right? So
captain.
he
How
also
can you
wouldn't
drop?
want to go out just yet. Like why would he want to go out from his perspective? If you think about the whole thing, I know
If
form
Sky
is going to
hadn't
be a
won that
very
World
valid
Cup,
point.
if
Yeah,
Sky
then I
hadn't
think
won the World Cup as captain, he wouldn't have been a part of that. He wouldn't have been in the squad.
Yeah, then I think obviously you get in Shreyas Iyer instead of him. Like that's an easy fix.
Yeah.
I still feel like if you ask me on merit, I honestly feel Shreyas Iyer and Rajat Patidar both deserve to make it the form that they're in. You honestly don't want to waste their form, right? And they're both not very old either, if that makes sense. Like Shreyas is 30, I believe, 30, 31. And Patidar would also be around that same age bracket. So you can get like a good 2 years out of them for the next World Cup as well. And Shreyas, what I like with Shreyas is his pace game has upskilled big time. He's worked on his short ball weakness. He's
Huge.
become an absolute gun.
Massive.
Absolute gun against pace.
He's become so good against pace.
Yeah.
He's
Like, just see his batting yesterday, or even most of the run chases actually that he's done. He's just getting you
actually
50s.
He's actually worked on his what is that? His top hand game. If you watch his top hand, his top hand's working so beautifully. You can see him just work the ball out like that, off the back foot, off the front foot, which is why the sixes are going that much further, because he's allowed. Like you see how he's getting ready early. He's like really bringing that top hand down into the ball, and he's breaking his wrists at the right time, which is giving a lot of elevation, that extra kick to the ball that sends it the distance. It's fascinating. from a technical
Is that
standpoint.
why
It's
he's
what-
playing the pull shot better now?
He's getting ready early, and he's keeping his eyes on the ball. So earlier he'd take his eyes off the ball. So now he's keeping his eyes on the ball.
True.
He's tall. He's actually getting tall. You need to get tall when you play this the short ball. Like people get small, you become a small target,
yeah.
but you want to get tall. If you really want to hit the ball, you need to get tall. One of the things that Ricky Ponting always said is that for the short ball, your first line of defense is the pull shot. The second line of defense is the leave. But a lot of batters approach it from the first line of defense is the leave, the second line of defense is actually the defense, and the third is in the pull shot. That way, you're always prepping for the safest option first. So, and the safest option takes the longest time to get there. But if you're proactively trying to hit the ball, so you get tall and you try and do that. So even from here, if you think you can't control it, you can always leave it.
Yeah.
You know?
I just realized that Ponting is the coach, and so he would have also worked a whole lot on his game, would he not have? He's one of the greatest players ever of pure fast bowling. So, no? Okay.
You can't work on someone's game 2 weeks before the tournament. Like he's more
that's
of
also
a
fair.
like he's more of a manager strategist kind of role,
fair.
like from a football perspective. So
True. That makes sense. Because he's also doing other gigs, right? Like he's at the MLC, I believe. He's got a family, so he also doesn't have a whole lot of time, does Ricky Ponting, right?
correct. Yeah.
So who would you say has helped Shreyas get better as a batter? Would you say Abhishek Nair?
Praveen Amre.
Oh, Praveen Amre. Oh, yeah. That would make sense. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I know that, and he was like Praveen sir is someone who's coached him from a very young age, and so even before the IPL, he went back to Shivaji Park where we always go, and for a tournament to prepare and all that, and all the players in the Ajinkya went there. I think KL also went, but he went to Shivaji Park Gymkhana. But generally, Praveen sir's practice happens at Bengal Gymkhana.
This is also in Mumbai or someplace else?
Yeah, no, Mumbai.
Right.
Shivaji Park. You don't know where Shivaji Park is?
Shivaji Park, I know. You said Bengal Club. That I have not heard of. Where is that?
So Bengal Gymkhana is in Shivaji Park.
Oh, it is in
whole-
Shivaji Park. No, that's
the whole
fair,
Maidan.
fair. No. I
So
know Shivaji Park. I know
is,
that.
is at the top of the Shivaji Park.
Yeah. I don't think I've visited Shivaji Park. That's why I couldn't click that. But obviously, I mean, everybody knows where Shivaji Park is.
You have to go. You'll see, you'll see cricket very differently. You have to go.
Yeah, I definitely have to go there once.
It's beautiful
I've only been to the
experience.
Wankhede actually in Mumbai. I went for the semi-final, the 2023 one. That was like quite the game to go for. But
Yeah.
like Mumbai cricket culture is something else. I definitely want to experience that a lot more. Like properly go and talk to the
You
people there.
haven't experienced Mumbai cricket?
No, I'm not from Mumbai, right? I'm from Lucknow, and so I've studied in Manipal. So I actually studied in South Karnataka, and I've been born and brought up in Uttar Pradesh. So first, my paternal hometown is in Behraich, which is a town near Lucknow, and then when I was in 8th grade, I moved to Lucknow. So like whatever exposure I've had to cricket is from these places itself. My family played a lot of cricket, like my dads and my cousins and everybody. It's a proper cricket family that I grew up in. I am easily the worst player in my family, but I am the one who is the most interested in the sport as a whole.
Don't say
And my
don't
dad-
say that because you're going to be talking about the game a lot. Don't say you're
I'm the worst player, not the worst expert. I can play a bit. Jared will say I cannot, but he's wrong.
There's an interesting question
Oh, Sarthak asks, yeah.
that I think it's who's this? This is Nakul.
Rovman
writing
Powell.
cast.
Rov.
What's this?
Rovman Powell was
Who's
holding
the good
green
batting
back.
coach? Not necessarily. I think Green took his time to just get settled in.
Yeah,
and feel
Powell was
settled
playing
before
fine
going
only. I
out.
thought like was he not faster at a certain point? 27 of 19,
No.
and the other guy. I mean, Green was 17 of 19 at that point. So I don't even think I agree with that. We can look up their partnership as well. 1 second.
It was an
Yeah, so
important
Powell was
partnership.
27 of 20, and Green is 24 of 23. So I don't think I agree with that.
Shravan, what's up, man?
Hey,
Hello,
all
hello,
good,
sir.
Robbie. How are you guys? I've seen
All
you
good.
guys
Good, thank you.
jumping out of joy.
Bobby's
I could
explaining me how to
only-
play the pull shot and everything.
Okay.
Too good. Live masterclass.
I was standing up, so I actually thought might as well show him.
Yeah, exactly.
Rob, is it out of the excitement what the counter punches from the RR? Okay, sorry, KKR or
KKR.
from like it's I
that's
understand
No, man,
you
I have
that
a
sweet spot.
I had a slight back spasm 2 days ago, so sitting down for a long time is a pain in my ass right now, literally.
Okay, fair enough.
There's another question before this. We can take one that we can take that one as well, Vignesh.
This one.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
RX Murli, Praveen Amre, they're very different type of coaches. RX is, I think, good for the foundational level cricketers. He's really good. And RX is developed a great business out of coaching, and is
Where is
doing
he
really
based?
well. He's a very efficient coach. Bangalore.
Bangalore. Fair.
Praveen sir today for me is, I think, one of the best technical batting coaches in the country, maybe in the world even. He's one of those guys who'll give you a plethora of options, and then you can pick and choose which one suits you best. So, which is quite nice, to be honest. But for someone who can't deal with a lot of complexities and too much information, might struggle. But he will give you a lot of options to pick and choose out of. And he's very open. He doesn't interfere too much. And so Praveen sir that way is really cool. Jack, on the other hand, is also a very good coach, but he's very non-technical. He's very what's the word? I
Mental
would
side
say
of things.
you know how no, he's about how to use street smartness in cricket, in batting.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So that's his forte. How to be non-technical with batting. And for me, I've kind of picked up a lot of things from there are lots of wonderful coaches. Okay, and for me,
You
some of the
worked with
best
all
ones
three?
have been
Oh, wow.
RX not as much. We've discussed cricket a lot, but Praveen sir, yes, Praveen sir and I started professional cricket coaching in
Oh, wow.
India. Yeah,
Superb.
so and we were laughed at when we first started the whole concept of personal coaching in cricket. Yeah.
When was
Go
this?
back to
When did you guys start?
2012 July.
Oh wow, that old now.
There's a whole article on Times of India where they made fun of us. Like, how can you start this whole concept of personal coaching in cricket, and it's a team sport and this and that. People think that cricket is a team sport. It's actually a misnomer. Cricket is actually an individual sport within a team sport. And Rinku Singh comes and he goes.
He goes.
You
Yeah,
think he's like that?
he's walking.
Oh yes, he has like that. Yes.
Oh man.
Rabada looked excited right from the start. Indian Tony Stark is
Yeah.
here. Who is that? Is that Shravan?
Shravan.
Oh, is it?
Who else?
From which angle?
Yes, of
Guys?
course. Yes. Who else can it be?
Thanks for those compliments. By no one means I would be that. And Robert went God mode, or he just dropped from the call.
Always God mode, bro.
Yeah, God mode. That-
Robbie, there's another
Ma-
question for you. On average, how much time does it take for a batter to understand his game intuitively at the international level, and what aspects come earlier, what come later? You're on mute.
Intuitively, it
on
actually takes. No, I'm on mute. Intuitively, it actually takes a little while because it depends on the amount of self-awareness you have, especially like if you take Vaibhav Suryavanshi. For me, someone who understands his game at this point in time, very clear about his game and how he's playing, right? And his approach and his proactiveness and decisiveness with his cricket. Very self-aware. The sooner you are able to exercise self-awareness and build a strategy around your game, the sooner you will thrive. And it all depends with the kind of how you deal with the kind of exposure that you get within the game.
I think
Ramandeep Singh is in.
still there is a good chance that KKR can go past 210, 200 at least. Robbie,
210
what's your thoughts?
looks tough because they've lost a lot of wickets. I think 200 is possible if these two bat till the end. Like they
That's when-
should. Yeah.
210 and all, wishful thinking, huh? You come from some lottery show or something.
No, I just wanted them to
Six.
give a
Competitive match.
give some competitive match where
Yeah,
they
that's a good
actually
shot.
should show us. Actually, they should show some, the intent of we are
True,
back at least.
Yeah, and the thing with
That's
Ramandeep
good.
also, I feel like he's not been at his best as a finisher. He was doing really well back in 2024. I think since then his performances have regressed a bit, but now might be a good time
No,
for him
see, the
to show
thing is,
he's
we
got a.
say performance have regressed a bit, but how often has he gotten an opportunity?
Yeah,
We look at
that's the
people's
life of a finisher. No, that's the life of a
Yeah,
finisher.
so
I
like
think.
people are talking about Rinku's form also, right? He's been in good form for the last what? He's been finishing games for India. He played a match-winning knock, even in when Tilak and him batted in that Asia Cup, Champions Trophy, whatever that was. So much cricket that happens nowadays, but you see
He
that
hit a
a
four in
lot
the
of these
Asia Cup, I
guys.
remember.
Yeah, but like you, that's a finisher's job. Your job is to finish games. That you
Correct.
picked for that position. So,
Yeah.
so you got to like, are you performing that role or not? And he was
Yeah.
performing that role with a lot of panache, with a lot of confidence, and he was delivering results for his team. So he was doing that role. Now, can you define a finisher's role of and a successful role of a finisher with a unbeaten 60 or a 50?
No, of course not.
No,
No,
you
I'm not
can't.
judging them on volume only. I'm never going to do that for a
Yeah.
finisher because I don't
Yeah.
expect
Like
that
this
only from
shot
them.
from
But
like even this both the shots that both Anukul and Rinku that got out today, I find
correct,
that little like for me is like a little unnecessary. You can play that shot from the 17th over. Give yourself a chance because there is a certain pattern that works for you. Rinku Singh likes to take his time initially. The first six,
yeah.
7 balls, he takes his time. Then he starts hitting. Like this, I don't agree with. This whole thing of just coming in and swinging, as in, especially when you have a batter, you got to play the situation. You got to play the game. The
I
game
think
is
it's also
what
what
right now.
suits you
You
best,
want
right? It's
KKR.
also
Yeah, like you got to marry the two, right? So that's where how do you deliver a result for the team? Like you need to get a 200. You have a guy batting on 74. All you need to do is just build a partnership and give him the opportunity. So
yeah.
till like just give him strike. Just give the
Yeah.
guy strike and hold the other end. Once you feel you're settled enough after 6, 7 balls, then you start going after it. Like or when he gets out, then you go after it. Then at some point there's one set batsman who's able to play aggressively. Here, nobody's thinking like that. When you're not thinking like that, then like that's the thing, right? This our sport is an individual sport within a team sport, and everyone's trying to build their own legacy and their own and their own narrative.
Fair enough.
And sometimes you got to look at things beyond that and see, okay, what can I do right now to serve the team?
Yeah.
Robbie, how would usually a player assess? I mean, like at least get trained for this kind of
Short.
situations. Like, are they mentally already well prepared, or like the simulations or something that sort of things would be
Batting
going on
cages?
behind
Do
the
you guys
I'm
scenes?
have that, Robbie?
I'm
Batting cages?
no, we don't have batting cages in cricket. No batting
Not
cages
yet,
during
no.
matches.
I know there was some chat
Uh,
happening around it back few years back. I don't know if it's been
no,
implemented,
nothing.
but that's handy,
No.
I think. Is it not?
Where is their
Or not
place?
realistic?
Jagah hi nahi hai. There's no place to
That
build
is
something
true.
like that, right?
And you'll have to run back and do this is a bat.
Yeah,
That
you
might
have to
only
go
suck some
outside.
energy out of you.
Yeah. So, sorry, Shravan, to answer your question, I'm coming up with a cricket coaching app, and in that, I've broken all of these pieces down to its like
wow.
nitty-gritties. So anyone who wants to pursue a career in cricket, that cricket coaching app, batting coaching app will have everything in it.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
that's
good
cool, man.
news to good news to all the ones who are
Budding
getting
Yeah.
cricketers.
prepared.
So I think once the
Amazing.
IPL is over, I'm going to start building a community where I'll be conducting webinars and talking to people about batting and technique and all of that stuff. And that's stuff that I'm very excited to do. And help people maximize, teach them about batsmanship, how to score runs, how to build innings, how to
Beautiful.
maximize your game within your own technique without changing much.
Yeah.
Because I understand today I have to do like today everything I've learned from say the Praveen Amre of the world and Praveen Amre and say Sanat Kumar and K Jashwant and say my
Murali, you
discussions
were
or
talking about, no?
conversations,
RX
Murli,
Murali.
and then with say Hasi, Amol Mazumdar, like everything I've learned. There's so much that I've unlearned and understood. And you continue to learn, you continue to keep learning and growing. So I want to put that. Today, no one's democratized the knowledge of batting in cricket, and I want to be able to do that. So it's like I'm trying to build like the physics wala of batting.
Yeah,
Oh wow!
nice.
Oh,
But
that's a cool parallel.
then
Yeah, I
for
like
the
that.
challenge for
Yeah.
you, Robbie, would be like
Shot!
how would your batting coaching will help those sort of people where the
Oh wow,
techniques
that's a
aren't
great
so
shot. Yeah.
technically
Was
right?
it the slower ball, Robbie? I feel like he picked
Slow
it.
ball, but the shot went higher than farther.
Yeah, 106.
Yeah.
It was slow.
Yeah, and a nice catch, huh?
Oh,
A
man.
great catch.
Yeah,
It's not an
good-
easy catch
good
when it
catch
goes that
from him.
high.
This is
See
the
Yeah,
again,
Gujarat
all these
some
things
would
like
say
this is. See, this is the part. This is the part where, like, you're actually killing Green's momentum
the
here.
momentum.
Yeah,
would you have said like the ideal choice on this ball is to knock a single now that you've got 2 boundaries and then let Green
Yeah.
maximize it?
yeah, yes. How many
Or-
runs do you want to score in an over?
Yeah.
But
Already
like
your
I,
match
I know what
is.
you're trying to say, Robbie. I don't. I mean, you know the game a lot better.
Like,
and
there is a
you've
guy in
played this
form
for-
who's smashing the ball, right?
Yeah.
There is a guy in
Do you
form
think
who's
it's
smashing the ball.
the new guy, the way cricket has moved? Maybe it's the narrative has just moved to the fact that everybody has to hit now. Like there is no scope only for building an innings and all that at
No,
the end.
There are, look at this now. See, they're 165 for 7, right? Now,
Yeah.
last three wickets have practically been thrown away, right?
Yeah,
They could have
true.
actually held one end up and kept feeding me strike because he's hitting the ball so well. You got to read the fucking game, right? The game here is, what do you want to do? You want to give your team the best chance to get to 200,
Maximum
right?
possible runs.
Is this giving them the best chance to get to 200? No,
No.
it's not.
No.
True.
It defeats the purpose of this right now. So,
And I mean, if
he's
one
batting
guy
on
has gotten
74
out-
for what? For the last 2 overs, he's batting on 74.
Yeah, he has been off strike for such a long time. It feels like
It's dumb. Like, look at this one. He's also swinging.
So in the last 10 balls, probably he
But
has
Sunil
not
Sunil
faced a
doesn't
ball.
know any other way to play.
Yeah,
That's his style only. With him, that is the limitation you have. He'll when he swings it, he'll get you a few boundaries away. But he's not a specialist batter, right? That's the reason why you cannot build around his batting. I think like when it comes off, it's more of a bonus. I think the other guys,
That
that's
would have
a
hurt his
different thing for
fingers.
Ravi,
yeah.
getting back to the question of like how would your coaching style upcoming the app would be helping out for the batsmen who are not technically getting built up, like they are like more unorthodox.
I'm not
in
teaching
their own
technique
ways.
because it's like, see, the thing is, I'm not teaching technique because to teach technique, there needs to be one-on-one coaching, right? But and see, the thing is, there's no perfect technique, Shravan. So what you need to do is you need to find a way to iterate what's the best possibilities for a person's individual technique, to teach them what their natural shots are and where they can score their maximum runs. Cricketers will know it themselves over a period of time, but if you can throw light on that matters a lot, right? So what we teach on the app will essentially be something that is more how do I say this? It is more batsmanship driven, and so it's more drill oriented. So how to master each shot based on your own technique. What are the aspects biomechanically that you need to have in place? Like I was talking to you about, anyone with any technique, if you want to play a pull shot, the most basic things that you need is that you have to get tall, right? If you don't get tall on the ball, you can't pull the ball, right? If you're staying small on the ball, you don't, like, even your arms will become small. But if you stay tall, your hands will extend on the ball. It's like you're punching someone, right? When you punch on someone, you'll get on your toes and punch, right? You won't stand, you won't punch like this. You'll always punch like that, right? So it's the pull shot's the same biomechanics. So I teach like what we'll teach is a lot of biomechanics, and so people can use their own technique and apply those biomechanics into your own personal technique and develop your game. Code Noob was asking me he was asking me something. Where did he say? He said something about he's curious about the app. I'm actually building the front end of the app myself. I'm working with Claude and building the front end of the app because I want everything to be done in a particular way. So I'm sitting down and working through every little aspect, every little thing by myself. So I spend like a couple of hours every day.
You being a techie also now.
Also, Robbie, just a thought on the last over. I thought Ashok bowled really well there, did he not? Because the moment Narine came in, he got his pace back up. He bowled 145, 150 and 145. So like smart stuff from him, I think, to slow it down and then again bring it back up to the speed that he usually bowls at.
Hey, he actually bowled a very good over, but I was like talking about batting, and so for me, when I'm talking about batting, everything else becomes like I'm oblivious to it. But Singer is saying, Patam Nisanka, Robbie, hold my beer. Dude, when I say get tall from whatever height you're on, you're at. Singer. It tells a lot about how much you know about batting or technique, Singer.
Robbie, actually, I usually nowadays getting a little bit of training from my colleagues only on back end of table tennis. So they usually say that when you don't know exactly how to tackle the backhand part, no, because it's not a easy reflex for
And
a
that's
right hand
gone.
person. So
That is gone.
is it? Yeah. So in that case,
Gone,
they
not
say
a
that
wicket.
you
Again,
just
mindless batting. बेचारा 2 रन
yeah.
बनाया
Yeah.
पिछले 3 ओवर में.
He has not come on strike, Robbie. Like he's faced one ball in the last 15, 16 balls.
Hmm.
That is like an
That is
absolute waste of
horrible.
energy.
Hmm.
This
Get the
this
guy on
sums up
strike.
KKR's here.
Yeah, yeah, for
Like
sure.
they can't catch a break. They're being so dumb. Like even now.
Varun is saying in the chat that you're learning how to code in 2026 and that you're coming for his job.
No,
Yeah, I
I'm
was
not.
about to say that.
I I'm not coming for anybody's job. I like the thing is, like I enjoy tech.
Yeah.
I'm someone who's always
Wow.
enjoyed tech, and yeah.
Hmm.
I actually tried to learn coding, and for me, I'm a little
Oh,
bit of a
wow.
curious cat. I like to learn new things. I've learned like
Nice.
the weirdest stuff. Like I've learned Vedic astrology, numerology, real estate, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, all like these are like varied things interest me, so I kind of double down and learn. So for me, I was like, hey, vibe coding. I was like, hey, Rock, and I like, oh, Bolt. Let me see what I can do with Bolt, and let's see what Claude is. And then I was working on Chat GPT, and I'm also basically I was using Chat GPT because as a high performance coach, you want to
Hmm.
be able to be with the times, right? Now tomorrow,
Yeah.
today, like when I'm talking about men's mental health, as men, we are not like we don't share that easily, right? So for me, I was like, can I actually create an AI chatbot that is emotionally sentient, that helps men share what they're feeling, because then it doesn't feel like they're speaking to somebody else, but that it's an avenue through which they can just share their feelings and it'll be received without any judgment. So I'm actually working on something like that as well. Like I'm quite fascinated with chat.
Yeah.
So Andy B 2021 asks, he says actually, opinionates that Robbie makes so much more sense to max the 20 overs, smart plays to give the set batter strike or the guy with favorable matchup instead of just swinging. Like when you've
Yeah.
lost wickets, I also completely agree with this. Even I am not such an intent merchant that I'll
You are
say at
expecting,
4.
see, now all those idiots who've gotten out will be expecting the Tyagi to give strike to Green.
Green.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
not fair on Tyagi only in the
But
first
we have
place. Like
seen this
he's
many
not
times,
expected to
Robbie.
do that.
I mean, like we have seen like how many times we ourselves being a cricket viewer, we felt like, "Arey, ek over aur reh jata to what could have happened?" Like those things, how many times it has hurt us. Like whenever
This
we
is
support
cricket
our own
smarts,
teams.
right?
Hmm.
Like this is cricket smarts, right? Like
Yeah.
you are actually enhancing your team's performance by just being commonsensical. Look at this
And
shot,
Tyagi
man.
has hit a 6.
But these things would be discussed in the dressing rooms
Wow.
too. I mean, like with your like where exactly in the dressing room these kind of scenarios would be discussed about openly. Oh, by the
They won't
way,
discuss all
Tyagi had
this.
went for a six.
Yeah, we saw that.
You're on potato television, so
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
saw this.
I am on potato.
Reacted.
Are you on Geo Hotstar,
You saw
Shravan?
this reaction.
Or the TV?
Actually voted.
Uh, Man, I hate this when I
Car-
this.
No, which one are you on? TV
And
or Geo
Shravan
Hotstar?
loves reacting. Oh, by the way, Shravan,
I know, I know.
Shravan loves reacting.
Mhm.
Correct.
Robbie beef
Deepak has found
once
someone
had.
exactly like Deepak, by the way. Shravan is like
I'm
Deepak.
from his school. Hmm.
Two nerds.
That's a.
Two innocent nerds, both of them are.
No, okay. By the way, I just want to know that, Ravi. Like, so yeah, where exactly you guys discuss about this, like gaming smarts or game, reading about the game.
Game
When
awareness.
one
Yeah.
one can.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you today. There are people that I'm working with who are professional cricketers. They have no idea, dude. Some of them are like, some of them like today. A lot of the cricketers that exist today have no method to madness. What they have is immense talent, a lot of hard work ethic, but and great instincts, right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
when they when it comes to batsmanship, no one's really taught them batsmanship.
Hmm.
And I think that is a batting coach's primary gig is to teach people how to score runs, how to
Yeah.
pace in innings, right?
Hmm.
Those are the things
Correct.
that need to be taught. Technique today, everyone's working hard, but you got to teach
I
people
mean,
how to
Interesting.
score runs.
Yeah.
Also,
If
Robbie,
you're
did you
at
just
the
see
top
Green again
level,
took a single of the first ball? Should
Yeah,
he
he
not
has
be
to take a
farming the strike
single.
here? But yeah, he should be farming
farm
strike
strike.
now, no?
Yeah,
Arey,
but now
no,
he's farm strike back.
first, now he has got it back. But I mean, should you not be facing most of the over and then take a single? I know Tyagi got a 6, but surely Green has to face most of the next 2 overs.
look,
To your
I think
point
you
of
guys would
batting
have seen
sensibly.
already what happened
Yeah.
now.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah, I just don't want to react now because I know that you
This
guys
is
have already
exactly what I'm
watched it.
saying. Why did it? Why did it?
Again,
not
lack of
farm
presence
the
of mind,
strike?
but you can't expect presence of mind from a in batting from a fast bowler, right? Who bowls 150
No, it's
kicks an hour.
not
His
Tyagi's
job is
fault
to bowl
only,
100.
but that's what I'm saying. He is not expected to do
Yeah.
it. What I'm saying is, why did Green not farm the strike? He could have very well done that, no? He's in good form. He's finally got strike. You play a couple of dot balls, get a couple of boundaries maybe, and then try to play the 20 overs, right? Now he's going to farm strike definitely. Once Weber gets him
Like
back
how
on.
KKR have shot themselves in the foot here is not even funny.
This is
It's frustrating, honestly.
horrible
I can
sort of
imagine
innings
how
where.
like I
Sorry,
can
go on.
imagine how frustrated the fans are. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
genuinely frustrating.
Absolutely.
It's like such. It's just common sense. All you need and
Yeah.
like people are coming into bat.
Mhm.
Like they're coming into bat. All you need to do is tell them, hey, just feed that guy strike. Don't hit the ball. Just
Yeah.
take a single and go to the other end and support him.
Yeah, exactly.
Dumb. This is
No,
just dumb.
Like I just don't. I think only twice I would disagree with Green here, where he has taken a single of the first ball in the last 2 overs. I think he should not be doing that at this stage. He should farm strike, to be very honest. Like I get at least with Narayan, because he can swing the ball. You want to, like, you're like, fine, okay, you can trust him a bit. But with Tyagi, he, even though he hit a 6, I think he had to farm strike, and now he has to farm strike. He has to play all the balls till he's there, and they might just get bowled out now. Robbie, who would have thought that when
Yeah.
when Roy and this guy were batting, Roy and Green were going fine.
Idiotic.
That partnership.
Just
So if you look
idiotic.
at the Roy and Green partnership, they added 60 and 23 balls. Just from that point onwards, they have not even scored that many runs. They've scored 18, 1,
Yeah.
19, 7, 26 runs.
They
only
were
since
they
then.
were at 150, I think, in the 14th over.
Exactly. And that also was what, 4 down? Yeah, that was 4 down. Exactly. And since then, they've lost 5 wickets.
I think till the
Somebody's
fifth wicket
Kundali
has
is not
been-
right.
You started. Come on, Robbie. I just don't want to hear it from you guys. We all do all this shit, to be honest. You know what? There was a time you would have heard about this Astro Talk and all, right? There was a time
Yeah.
when
Shot.
when before the Indian match
Oh, God.
was about to start, I used to go and watch. Oh, what is
Very
today's Kundli for our captain and all? I seriously used to do that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like I used to
Nothing
feel
wrong
like,
with
"Arey,
that.
today everything should go well." And then,
Nothing
by
wrong
the
with
way,
that.
Robbie, yeah,
No, I mean,
I
it's
was
everybody's personal belief. I'm not saying that it's wrong or right. Like, I don't subscribe to it. That's all I'm saying.
No.
Yeah,
I
it's
understand.
fine.
I understand that this
Yeah, it's
doesn't
very
make any
personal.
logical sense to it.
Yeah,
But
of
then
course.
that's
Why?
the feel of.
Why
I mean, the
why
love.
doesn't it make logical sense? Why?
I mean, like, how can
Defend
we
yourself.
determine like
Defend your
on a-
statement.
No, what I am saying is, Robbie, how can we say that? Like, this is what exactly is going to happen, or this sort of things are about to happen. It's like you can have a bad day. The bad day can be determined into 2 ways. Like, you could get a innings of 40 balls 50, which would have lost. You would have lost the game. That's also a bad day, but it's not on a run level. It's not a bad run for that particular batsman or someone. It's a bad day. It's like for us, always like, oh, he got out for like first 5-6 balls itself. There is no time for him to
Like
show
that,
up.
everything in life is relative, no?
इसीलिए that's why I felt like okay, but it's my personal belief. I feel like okay, everything is good, just to make my nerves calmed and like okay, and everything. By the way, I got into that.
Hey,
I
is
got
Rashid
that
is
point
bowling
of
the last over, man.
Yeah.
now. This would be
insane
fun to
over,
watch
actually. Yeah, exactly.
because
He's taken
today
on Rashid
And
today
he's gone
because.
for
Cam
43.
Green.
Yeah. That
Well,
has
this
hurt.
might just be Cam Green's like lifesaver over, and KKR's lifesaver over potential here. He will throw the kitchen sink at it.
So he's
No
gone
doubt.
32 of 13 versus Rashid today before this.
He's
over.
gone with deep extra cover, by the way, and he's got he's not sweeper cover.
Sorry, he was hitting lots of shots on the mid wicket, was he not, Robbie, in that region? Mid wicket wala arc
Yeah.
that's there. Green was really strong in that today.
So next ball, you see, in this ball, he's pitched
Oh,
slightly back of a length. Next ball will be fuller. Now Green should. Oh, he missed it! My God! Hey, green.
Oh yeah.
After
yeah,
batting,
yeah.
absolute champion, looking a little green right now.
Oh man.
He bowled that one a bit wide, I thought, the second ball. Like just out of his arc. Thoda sa.
But
Why is he
by the way,
running?
spot on.
Why is he running?
He has gone for the run.
There's
Come
only one
on.
wicket left.
Come on. Exactly. This has been such a weird game for Green. Like,
Shane Watson is freaking fuming there. What?
he has no idea. Even Abhishek is shocked. Rob is also saying he's undone a lot of his good/lucky work. Has Green.
Yeah, but can you blame him? Like he was, like see, everyone's saying brain fart, right? But why is he in this situation?
No, that is
Ah,
I cannot disagree with that.
That's.
But I think
if you
just
lost four
just
wickets
the,
just in front of you, then
yeah,
this
that's
is tend to
definitely very
happen.
valid. Yeah, I just didn't think he should have farmed strike back to, like, he shouldn't have given strike back to Tyagi in the first place. Like, should have just farmed strike in that over, and then now this one also, I don't know why he took the single. To be fair, Vaibhav has gotten him back on strike. He has done his job.
Hawkeye just said something, and he's so bang on. It's not even funny.
What did he say? Vignesh, please bring it up.
Oh. This season for sure. Don't bring it up, dude. Vignesh, don't bring it up.
No. They won't.
Okay,
They won't bring it up.
don't do it. Now I'm just curious to see anyway what he's saying.
That missed everything. Everyone.
Okay,
was
never
deceived.
mind. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good thing. By the way, Robbie, I was talking about that the coaching on my personal level, what I was taking for the
Table
table
tennis.
tennis, right? I brought in that point actually because of that the position or the posture, what you said, right? Like when the ball keeps on raising onto your body, they usually say that to raise along with the ball. I mean, like, to keep an eye on the ball and then your body automatically raises along with the ball. So do you have something that sort of in cricket also, like when you're in a crouched position or when you are in a normal stance, well, you actually elevate the height, I mean, or the shape of your stance according to the ball the moment it raises on. That's how it goes for them.
Yeah.
That also.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
100%. Especially when you're playing spin bowling on certain kind of tracks and playing fast bowling on certain kind of tracks, you want to be able to get up with the ball.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, that's the example you gave for fast bowling, right? Like when you're bowling short, you want to
Yeah.
get higher and you want to get taller.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah.
play on the rise. I think that's sort of what.
Even on the rise, you go get up with the ball and get on top of it, right?
Correct. Yeah. All right then, guys. We are done with the first innings of the KKR versus Gujarat Titans.
And guys,
game. We'll be back.
we exactly resonate the sentiments that y'all are feeling on the chat right now. That's how it feels. It's an absolute shit show for KKR in the second half, like the
They
fourth
had to
half
make
of
200, Robbie. Very easily they could have made 200. Like they didn't even have to try very hard to get there. So many wickets they've lost in clusters, and then the last couple of overs are like, I cannot even explain what has happened, to be very honest.
just look at every
It's an
single
absolute
one of those
waste.
players.
Even the first wicket of Ajinkya Rahane, that's just what exactly Allen was doing for last 4 innings. He was getting out the ball which is leaving him and he's trying to slog it over the long on or somewhere. It's the same way. It didn't piss me
All
off,
right
but
then.
it just hurt
Yeah.
for sure.
So we
Yeah.
will take a short
Okay,
break here.
see you in a
We'll
bit.
See you on the other side. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Cricket has never finished at the close of play. It lives in the arguments, the memories, the comment sections. Cricket makes you talk. Combox is entering that chat. Combox. The game lives on. So, Shayan, tell us what you wanted to, or what. Sorry, tell us what the other two guys wanted us to talk about, and then ghosted us on.
Yeah, so the topic was basically, should KKR have retained Shreyas Iyer in the first place? Was his non-retention justified? Like, that is the argument here, essentially.
Okay, so I think now the common consensus, if I can put it out for everyone, is that most people believe that it was a horrible mistake and that they shouldn't have done it at that time. I would have to go back and have a look at the notes and everything else of what I had written at the time, but I don't remember. I always thought it was a bit odd though, because there aren't that many Indian batters of that quality in their prime, right? Who you get rid of. I think what's made it look worse is that Shreyas is better now than he was at KKR, right?
Exactly.
But that last year, Cheyenne, I don't know how you replace a batter who averages 40 with a strike rate of 147. Was it 147 or 143? I just lost it. Right?
147, yes.
140. So you've got a guy about to hit his peak. I think he was about to hit, 28, 29 at this point, or was around
Correct,
28, 29.
Yeah.
And you say to yourself, no, we're going to go with a guy called Venki Iyer who's played very few games, right? And isn't as battle tested and isn't at the same level of talent. And Dre Russ, who comes off a great year, but is 1,000 years old and has knees who are 2,000 years old, right? I think even with that, there aren't that many players who are captaincy material and absolutely dead certainties in your middle order that are available. So I can understand why fans are looking at it from that perspective and thinking that this wasn't a good idea. Cheyenne, what's your rebuttal?
See, essentially, I think we are obviously warping our opinions with the current version of Shreyas Iyer, who is an elite player of pace as well as spin. Back when he had that great season, back when we had a very good season with KKR, I wouldn't say it was a great season simply because he didn't have to do a whole lot. Salt and Narayan were scoring all the runs, and
True.
that meant Shreyas could do his job against spin. Like, he was a solid role player for me, and I mean, he was a good captain as well. And
I think averaging
actually ended up
40s
winning
over
it,
a role player, though, isn't it?
Jared, I mean, the true strike rate, I think, is about par for that season, if I'm not wrong. And
No, but I don't think you're a role player if you're averaging 40. Like, that's carrying a big load, man.
Let me look this up. Anyway, so while I'm talking about that, the point being that, you know, if you look at that KKR team, there are so many options of players that you wanted to retain in the first place. So so we had, first of all, their biggest retention was Rinku Singh, who they retained for 13 crores, which is more than fair. I think we can all agree on that, simply because you don't get finishers of Rinku's quality. Now what has happened after that is perhaps something none of us could have seen coming, that he has not really had the same amount of returns, but he was winning them games. In 2024 he didn't have to do a whole lot, I will give you that, but that was a function of the top order having the season.
I've got no problem
right?
with keeping Rinku at 13 crore, was it? That
So
seems
Rinku
fair.
they had at 13, correct.
Yep.
Then they had Varun at 12, which has to be a steal, right? Like, none of us are arguing that, for sure. And even with his current form, like, that is very recent, like very, very recent. Now, in hindsight, you can say anything, but I think at that point he was one of the hottest properties in the market when it comes to spin bowling, right? Then you've got Sunil Narayan for 12 crore. I think that is also fair. He had perhaps the greatest season for any player ever in the IPL in 2024. When you look at it from an all-round perspective, I mean, nobody was able to hit him. He was taking wickets. He was scoring runs at a very, very brisk pace. So I think they had to keep him. Andre Russell, who they have for 12 crore. Now, your logic about his, him having knee issues and getting on, I think that is fair. But how do you not keep him when he has the season that he does in 2024, right? Like, he's one of their important players in that year.
Yes, but the other way of looking at this, and we talked about it at the time, is there was always a chance within 1 to 2 years that Narayan and Andre Russell were going to be done, right?
Fair.
And so this is a new cycle, right? So if it's a new cycle, who is the better option here? You can't replace Andre Russell, right? But chances are in the mega auction, they weren't going to be able to replace Shreyas Iyer either.
I think
just to chip in here, I mean,
Sorry, actually, you're part of this. It's just because we've already been chatting about this on the other group.
exactly. This topic is more of an extempore for me, where I'll just have to improvise on the go and come up with points.
Yes.
I do agree with what Cheyenne had to say. 2024 heading into the auction, if you ask me, had KKR done the right move, I don't think it was a wrong move per se. By having seen what they did at the auction, spending 23.75 on Venki Iyer and some of their buys, that definitely in hindsight makes it even more stupid. Also about Varun Chakravarti, what you spoke about him being retained for 12 crores, we need to remember that he was retained for 12 crores, but the purse deduction was 18. He was their fifth retention, making him an 18 crore deduction from the purse. And that for me, even then, was a very stupid move, because I'm not going to look at how much Varun Chakravarti is actually costing me. It's not the 12 crore number that matters. It's the 18 crore number,
fair.
because that's the deduction. And I did not believe Varun Chakravarti would have gone for 18 crores at the auction. And that's where I couldn't understand why did they have to do that. Same goes for Ramandeep Singh. I felt in terms of the retentions, the fact that they had already sort of they'd already reduced their purse by what 79 crores. I want to say 79.5 because in each of this they completed all of their 6 slots. I felt that's where they probably lost the plot. They really went overboard in trying to retain their players. We all remember that extremely popular quote by Venki Mysore, when he spoke about buying Venki, he was like, we are not the kind of team who lets go of our players. We want to buy back everyone we want. We saw that in the 2022 mega auction as well. They went after Pat Cummins, they went after Nitish Rana, they went after Shivam Avi. We've seen this pattern with them where they want to go after their players or go back to their players. So having seen all of this, Shreyas Iyer, them not. I don't know if there was any bad blood there, but yeah, it was very bizarre for me. Having seen how the auction panned out, yeah, it was a very bizarre move for sure.
So I'm just having a look here at the numbers in 2024 of Shreyas Iyer. That year, he averages 28 at a strike rate of 144 against pace. So that is the year I was commentating on that year, and so I remember I was doing a lot of Cricket 8 stuff, and I remember saying he looked so much better against pace. The pattern was already there, right? We had seen it. That year against spin, he averaged 129 against the spinning ball with a strike rate of 151. Now, so if we go Moneyball on this, right? You have to be able to recreate it. No one thought that Rahane was going to have a bunch of more incredible batting seasons because it had never been consistent before.
Yeah.
The Rahane Russell thing absolutely makes sense because it's such a dynamic partnership. But if you take it into that part of the mega auction, right, at best, you think that you might still be competitive by year 2, right? So I'm happy for them to have done that with Andre Russell. But then why spend 23 crore on a guy who had been wildly inconsistent, who was a late bloomer, it wasn't like he's a sky late bloomer either, right?
Definitely.
When you could have spent 5 more crore on a player who gives you extra skill because he's a captain as well.
Correct.
Might be one of the best players of spin. So I just think I think it's hard to say that KKR made the right decisions. If you say they made the right decisions with retentions, I think then you have to say that they had to win in 2025, right? Or hope that Andre Russell was still here. The other thing I would say just about injuries in general, like just about Andre Russell in general, I would hope, and I could be wrong on this, guys, that they would know more about Andre Russell's knees than the rest of us do, right?
Yeah.
We know that every year it was a strain for him to get back on that field. So you're taking a big chance to be able to do that, right? There isn't another Andre Russell. No other team was going to be able to get him for more than 1 or 2 years anyway. Whereas once you go, it's very hard to get KL Rahul or Virat Kohli or any of these players, right? In the auctions, right? It's really hard to get them. And so I just think from that perspective, and that's one of the reasons Shreyas Iyer went for so much money, right?
He did.
It's not because of how good he is, because we all agree he went for too much money, and we all talked about that at the time. But we also said the reason people have paid him is he's an Indian player coming into his prime, and he can give them captaincy. That means that we can make the argument that he wasn't worth that much money, but he was specifically worth that much if you're trying to build a franchise around someone, right? Yeah. And I think this is the thing that I have the issue with I get that Andre Russell is really, really hard to replace and that they would have had to change the way that they went about things. But I don't think they understood how hard Shreyas Iyer was to replace.
Now, Jared, I think the argument here would be, would Shreyas be retained for, say, 12 crore? Or how much would you retain him for in the first place? Would you also not know his market value and want to be retained for a higher amount?
No. I think it's fair. Let's go with their logic and say that they didn't want to retain him at that point, right? The argument really is that they have to retain him in the auction. That they actually just go and buy him. Right?
That I cannot disagree with you at all.
Right?
I mean, Jared.
So if that's what I'm saying, I think it's okay to say we don't have him here, but I don't really understand why you don't retain him in the auction and you go for a player that cannot be at the same level of quality.
Of course.
So I don't think KKR were ever intending to sort of let go of him entirely. He was very much a part of their plans, and he was also approved by them. When the retentions happened, it's not like they completely sort of went cold turkey on him and like, we don't want him anymore. The disagreement stemmed from the fact that Iyer believed, he deserved more than 18 crores, and KKR, again, rightfully so, believed that he probably doesn't deserve the 22, 23, 24, whatever he was expecting. Once again, the question then is, why did Rahul went for 14 crores? I still don't understand. There were options available. I would still say, to add to what Jared said, they probably underestimated how difficult it would be to replace Iyer. I still believe there were options available, but they just ignored all of them. They ignored each and every option available of the very few that were there. And they went after Venki Iyer like a mad, I don't know. Okay, I should probably hold on to my words a bit.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Venki is he actually has a good year in 2024, right?
He does.
But
Yeah.
how old would he have been? Sorry, I'm just trying to get his age. So he's like 39. But he's not coming off the back of like bunches of good years, right? So in 2021, he had a very good year in terms of average. Remember, everyone was really excited about him.
Exactly.
But his strike rate wasn't particularly good, and
That would be UAE, Jared. I think that some of that would be UAE.
Oh no, I'm just saying. But either way, I mean, everyone was really excited about him. I kept saying, guys, he gets stuck all the time. This guy, right? Like he is. The next year he averages 17, right? Strike rate of 107. Great. Everyone has a bad year. I can write that off. The following year he averages 28 at a strike rate of 145, right? And then he has one good year. The chances are that there's going to be one or two just not even bad years, but just gearing back years at that point. And yet it doesn't seem to and so if you're going to pay 23 crore for someone, surely there has to be a banker, right? Now, if you look at Shreyas Iyer is a banker, not in terms of his overall career, because as we just said, he was up and down as well. But he's a banker in the terms of, he's going to average over 30, right? No matter what. His worst year, I'm just trying to think. So Shreyas Iyer, Jesus Christ, he's consistent. Shreyas Iyer, other than 6 games for Delhi in 2016, had never averaged under 30, right? So at the very least, you're getting consistent runs out of him. But then on the other side, you're also getting the captaincy, right? Which is another skill that you're going to have to bring in. Cricket has never finished at the close of play. It lives in the arguments, the memories, the comment sections. Cricket makes you talk. Combox is entering that chat.
Hello everyone, welcome back for the second innings of the match. We have Deepak with us here. I've been also joined little late, not little late, very late. The last 5 hours odd I have just joined. There was a power outreach in our area, so
yes, just waiting for the match to kind of get little formed up.
What do you make out of the first innings total, Deepak bhai? I understand.
Easily 20-25 runs short, because they were bossing at one point of time. And suddenly KKR decided that they just don't want Green to feel good about his form. There was like 14.3 overs when he took the single, and the next he batted was in the 18th over. For good 3 overs, they didn't even let him face a ball.
I mean, like, that's one part of it. And then looking at the dismissal of Ajinkya Rahane, it's like as a like of Allen was so upsetting to see. Like we have been discussing this thing, I think, in our post-match reviews and all, right? Like where Allen tries to go towards the long on for the ball, which is leaving him out. Today, Rahane did try to do the same thing. Whereas, if you see, the second ball was an actually similar one, but Seifert rode it very well and driven it for a 4. That's exactly what even the commentators were talking about. This shows the clear mindset. It's all jumbled up at this point of time.
It is just confused as a side. They just don't know what exactly is right and what exactly is wrong at the moment. They're just not able to kind of come up with a clear strategy as of now. So because look, if you get to 200, 210, this is the kind of side you want that kind of a score against, because you know that DC is little limited when it comes to batting. If you kind of can get into their top 3, there's a very high possibility then you can make a match out of it. And this ground has shown in the past also that you can defend scores on this. South Africa did that against India, right? They were able to defend 190 also.
Yes.
And you had a golden opportunity to put a score beyond GT to an extent. I'm not saying that they cannot chase 200, 210, but one batting unit where you can still feel that there's a chance of kind of pulling them down is this batting unit. So you have to be a little careful there. And
Oh,
I
shot.
think yeah,
That's
this
pure
is
elegance.
no. I think that now this particular I would say innings is
Hey,
just in the
Jared.
right alley.
I heard pure elegance. I assumed you guys were talking about me.
Yeah, exactly. We were kind of bitching about you.
Now that makes sense. I don't understand why they're going to wait till the 18th over to win this game.
That's pure GT, Jared. Let's not forget the DNA of the team.
I try. Oh, what is Deepak trying to get us done on a copyright strike?
No. I'll make sure that it should not happen.
You did your exercise today?
Yes.
What are we talking about? What'd you do?
Shoulder and back.
Okay. Shoulders and back.
So Weber, to be honest, I was surprised to see the true strike rates of his in the death overs. Like Varun had shared that on the group, and it was pretty surprising that he was among the top 5 bowlers last season as far as death bowling is concerned. And KKR had 2 of them, like Harshit and him, and still they struggled massively last year. Like I think it was more to do with their batting. The batting against spin has been horrible.
Oh.
In the mid innings, I was listening to your pod also regarding Shreyas Iyer, and you had a very valid point that if somebody is kind of scoring at 40 and a strike rate of 147, and he's 29, just about to hit his prime, and you let go such a player and who's actually a multi-dimensional player because he gives you captaincy also. I think it was one of the biggest IPL blunders we would have to say, and see how he's kind of
KKR.
turned things around for Punjab.
Yeah. I think what we wanted to do with that program as much as anything is kind of prove to people. I think people were thinking about it incorrectly, right? They were saying this is the worst this is the worst situation ever that KKR did, and what we were basically saying is that's not the case. But even if you give them all the credit which we gave them, which is they had other players they wanted to retain, where he came up in the auction and everything else, they had to know. I knew he was going to go for a lot of money, and I'm not a professional who probably spent 3 hours, Deepak, doing research into who's going to go for a lot of money in this. Okay, we'll Shreyas Iyer out because he's got captaincy and because there aren't that many specialist Indian batters on the market that you can trust, right? It's little things like that and it's a mistake. It's not the mistake that the amount of people have said this is the worst mistake in the IPL ever. So it's not even near the worst mistake. Right? There's been way worse mistakes than this. But it's still, as you said, you have to factor in that this was a Indian batter of exceptional talent who had shown signs that he was changing his game and was entering his prime, right? When it comes to Shreyas Iyer.
Exactly. And surprisingly, considering the fact even in 2023, even though KKR had one of the best spin attacks in IPL, but the batters were doing even worse than the opposition. Like they were kind of getting beaten by the opposition spinners, even though they were not of that quality. So even then, you let go a batter who was kind of binding your entire team together, and was kind of that that missing. I would say cog in the wheel. So who was kind of completing the entire picture for you, and somebody who is known to be one of the best players of spin in the entire Indian circuit. So pretty strange.
Yeah, I always think that it's a bit like you can make an argument that Bumrah is not the best player in the IPL as far as batters face more balls, right? And you know that you have all rounders and everything else. But when it comes down to it, like who's the most irreplaceable player is Bumrah. And when you get to an auction, I think the one thing that we have found over and over again is that it's irreplaceability that is the most important thing. Right? Is there another player like, when Tamal Mills went for a fortune and it's like they didn't think any other left-arm bowler was any good. It's not because even Tamal Mills didn't think he was worth that much money at that point, right? It's that at that stage, that's the player that you need, right? And
Exactly.
so you have to be, if you were going to lose him, how are we going to recreate him? And the fact that they ended up paying a guy who was older than him, or roughly the same age, who wasn't at the same level of talent, who wasn't a proven captain, and they almost paid him the same amount of money anyway. So you might as well have just got the other guy and coughed up the extra 5 crore, right? Or 4 crore, whatever it was.
Exactly. Exactly. And totally
Am I-
understandable.
MI are bound to do that, right? Because they know that Bumrah would be covering their back end of the bowling, so they are bound to take all the new ball bowlers. Even in the next
Exactly.
auction,
That's a
they have
perfect
to-
example of knowing what is available, right? How often do we see Mumbai go out, Shalvin, and just buy an extra new ball bowler? Because they're like, we don't need extra bowling at the death, right?
True. But then you have to consider it about the fact like he's also being human. Sometimes the days can go wrong.
No, he's not human.
That's for sure. The kind of performances he delivers, for sure, he does some inhuman.
Oh.
Hey, but
Is
what
it in
is
the
what
air?
is what
Oh,
is
it's in the gap.
what is
Great
the
shot
thing
by
with Bumrah this season? Like 5 matches, no wickets. It's like, and is it like opposition just know that they don't have to take any chances against him because, or is it the lack of the pairing?
He's bowled a lot of full tosses. Robbie was wondering if he's a little bit slower. I'm not sure he's slower if you looked at his overall speeds, but that's because half of his balls haven't bounced. If you bowled, but this is one of those things of, I know you love this sort of stuff, and people in the comments will love this sort of stuff. But if we bowled every delivery that he's bowled again back, right? Let's say we bowled it 10,000 times. What's the average amount of wickets would he have taken this year? It's not 0, is it? Is it 4?
For
Is
sure.
it 5? Do you know what I mean? So like sometimes we had this conversation with a beautiful shot from Gill again.
That's
2
glorious.
beautiful fours here,
Straight
one
break.
through covers and one straight down. We had this conversation with about Finn Allen with Akshay yesterday, where he was like, he's out of form, and I was like, I don't think he's out of form. He's seeing the ball perfectly. He's playing the wrong shots, which is a different question that you can make, right? But it's if Finn Allen had batted the exact same way for 4 games as he has in this tournament, chances are one of those games he doesn't get caught, and Finn Allen makes 100 in that game because he goes ballistic afterwards, right? And now we're saying he's in form, right? Like there is an element of like when you're looking at these sort of things, you have to look a little bit beyond that. I haven't looked at Bumrah and been like, he's bowling so bad he shouldn't take wickets. Whereas with Varun Chakravarti, even before the figure started to show bad, I was like, he's not landing the ball right. Like,
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
The
Makes
same with
sense.
Noah, right? With Noah's figures and Varun Chakravarti's figures haven't fallen off a cliff. But there was a period of time where it was like, well, this is not the Noah Ahmed that I thought was going to become the best spinner in the world, right? Like he's taken a step back. Bowled well recently, but in those games beforehand, even in the World Cup at times, right? Like they dropped him, didn't they, Afghanistan for 1 game in the World Cup?
Yes.
Who's-
They didn't
and
play
I
him
couldn't
against
believe it at
New
the
Zealand
time,
also.
and now I was like, okay, I think they saw this before anyone else.
In fact, they didn't play him in the first match against New Zealand, and there was a lot of hue and cry.
That was it. Yeah, it was the first one, wasn't
Yeah.
it? So, I mean, I think you have to do that with these sorts of players, right?
What a shot! This is where this guy's special.
Oh, well, he's
This
hit a
is
6.
Amazing.
It
Yes.
is.
If you bat for Gujarat and you hit a 6 in the power play, do you have to retire out?
That's like 50% of the sixes for the match done.
Yeah, exactly.
He created that pace, I think, by coming down the pitch.
Yes. But to be honest, this is where we feel so bad for this guy. Like, just that born in a very different era, I would say, because the way T20 has
Well-
evolved in last couple of years. Like in 2023, he had the banger season where he was almost like he scored around 900, was scoring hundreds for fun, almost won the tournament for his side. And then 2024, everything changes. The whole pace at which game is played now has changed considerably in last 2 years, and Gill is finding himself in a kind of caught up in the middle, and where he's just not been able to. I'm not saying that he's not able to upgrade his game. It's just not come. Such a thing, this cannot come naturally to you because the way Abhisheks of the world are kind of tonking it just cannot happen overnight
Oh,
to you.
sure.
Sudarshan has just
It just
hammered a sweep
held
shot.
the ball.
Yeah, from
Beautiful
outside
shot.
leg stump. I always remember when the Big Bash first got started and Chris Rogers didn't know what to do, right? And he went off and he ended up playing first-class cricket in New Zealand because the Big Bash was on. There were no test matches at that point. And he's like, well, what? I think he played like 1 or 2 games just to keep his eye in during the summer. Like, talk about like being out of place, out of time, right? Got a guy averaging what? High 40s in test cricket who's suddenly like, what do I do for a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
Well, we just did the whole piece on Yusuf Pathan. Have you seen that one, Deepak?
I was about to. I
What
got
kind of
that
an
on
arsehole are you?
I just started it because the moment I opened my Instagram, your post was there. Like where you had mentioned that we all misunderstood Yusuf Pathan for all these years. He was
Yes.
ahead of his time.
And he's the one who showed us the path for the
Yeah.
future. That's seriously eye-opening, Jared. That's really credit to you. Like
I
I
couldn't
wasn't
find the
thinking on
video.
those lines.
Another 6 here, by the way. But yeah,
Yeah.
sorry,
I couldn't
Sharvan.
find the
Sharvan,
I
keep saying
couldn't-
nice things about me.
But where exactly is that video? But I couldn't find the video.
It's on Combox. It's on the Good Areas channel.
It's good areas, Jared.
Where's the,
But
I
that was
I was watching the Shreyas Iyer one today.
Hey, hi, Rob.
Where you had discussed it with. I think this must be the next episode then, right?
So those are podcasts. The Yusuf one is a podcast, but it's also a video where we do it, with the narrative and everything.
So it must be the episode number 130 then, right? Because I was watching 129.
Oh, I have
So
no
129.
idea. No. So
Episode-
that's what I'm saying. There's 2 videos on Yusuf. There is there's one video that's a podcast where me and Varun talk about it, and there's another one where it's the actual case and the narrative.
So
You know
Robbie
me.
is also here.
Deepak, I'm never going to come up with just one form of content. If I come up with a good idea, I'm going to milk it like it's Rob Barron with others.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, do you know what I like about the fact that Rob Barron and Robbie came in at the same time? You know, when you're
Yes.
at work, right, and a male and a female come in late on the same day together, and then they ride in the elevator and they arrive in the office at the same time, and everyone's like, even if they're not having an affair, everyone's like, but are they having an affair? I'm just saying, is it possible Rob and Robbie are having an affair?
Are we
Rob and Robbie.
You could do a lot worse than Rob Barron, Robbie. I'm just
That's
saying.
true.
Rob and Robbie.
I mean, the offer's there. I don't think my wife would mind.
So is the man of the relationship. Huh?
Definitely not you, Deepak.
I'm not even in the relationship here. It's like about we're discussing about
Not
Rob
with
and
that
Robbie.
attitude, not Deepak.
Yeah. So look, it was supposed to be my date with Rob today, but then everybody turned up. Like earlier, it was just me and him signed up, and then
Oh, I'm
So
sorry for trying to help out.
So you should be.
that means yes. So now I was just asking that question. So who's the man of the relationship?
It's not Rob Barron.
I don't know what I am. I'm not sure I'm the man in the relationship that I have with my wife.
Yeah.
Certainly the case with me also, I would say.
I mean, I think having met
You don't
you and
have
your
to
wife,
say. You
having
know.
met you and your wife, she's certainly the better athletic
Robbie knows
specimen,
it.
isn't she?
Robbie knows it well.
She's a swimmer, isn't she, your
I
wife?
said that you don't have to say. Without you saying it, we know it.
Yeah, she was the best in the Northwest back in the day.
Oh,
And
Is it-
she's from very hard athletic stock. So
Oh yeah, your brother-in-law is an athlete too, isn't he?
yeah, my brother-in-law is known as the Colossus. Genuinely, he's a heavyweight cage fighter, and he's a very scary man.
Wow.
I
Was
still
he
think I
nuts?
could win him.
so Robbie, maybe you found somebody for the sumo wrestling you were asking on that day.
You only, bro. Who else?
I've given up.
Sumo wrestlers are actually quite good athletes. I'm not saying Deepak's not a good athlete, by the way.
I'm not even going to compete. No ways.
Deepak has Deepak gone to the gym today in his jeans?
Yes. No, not in the jeans, in the shorts.
Oh,
I learned my lesson.
Too funny.
So now in my shots.
I always remember that, Robbie. I don't know if it happened as much as in India, but I would always love it when like you would turn up to cricket training, everyone was in really serious clothes, and some guy would turn up like it just like jeans and a t-shirt and like try and bowl 90 miles. There's actually a great story about that in has he hit this? No, thought he backed away with an edge off 5 up there. There's a great story about this in basketball where Larry Bird gets a big college offer, and he goes to college and he hates it and he leaves. And then Indiana say, well, why don't you come down and play college with us? And he turns up and they're having a proper practice and he's wearing like jeans and dress shoes. And he goes, I'll just play. And apparently he drops like 40 points on them all. And he's literally, while he's wearing the jeans, just slagging them all off the whole way. Like,
Oh my
Are these
God.
the best players you have? Like, surely you've got better players here?
Mad.
It's a bit like when
Some people
Brian,
are
was it
Italian.
Brian Lara? Did Brian Lara
Bang.
faced Rashid Khan without, did he have pads on? Does anyone remember?
I think just
don't
one,
think he had-
maybe just one
Shot.
part, I guess.
Or was it
This is the
Dravid?
front.
There was a great player who faced a new spinner, wasn't it, without pads on, and just went, yeah, he's not bad.
Do you think GT have decided before this inning started that they're definitely going to win, so they may as well go for the net run rate boost, chasing
Yep.
180? Because that's how they've come out.
You-
They're not doing what they normally do. They're smashing sixes here. They're not taking the fours
Yes.
and running the ones and twos. They're
Are
going.
you saying they're not going to
Yes.
win in the 18th over like we all expected?
Well, they're batting as if they want to win it as quick as they possibly can.
I'm with you, yeah.
Yes.
Well, they've hit sixes.
What are the
Rob.
odds, buddy?
Yeah.
Sixes. They are a 92% chance of winning from here.
Oh. Like 210, would it still have been a chance for KKR?
Yes.
Yeah, but
But
yeah,
then you've got Narayan and Chakravarti partnering then, don't you?
But then both of them have to be in, in a good form, good old form, like how we used to see them. And like
Yeah, but Chakravarti bowled well last game and Narayan's bowling fine in this season, right? Like also if you're going for 210, it means you have to take more risks against them. You can't wait for bad balls, right?
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
On,
By the
on
way,
that
he
day,
did
I
break
actually
his
feel
quota
for,
last year.
KKR
I actually
didn't
feel
want the
for-
180 curse broken.
So I was saying, I actually feel for Sunil Narayan. He's seen this team really thrive, and then he's seen this team really struggle. Like when I say struggle, I mean he's seen it in the pits for a few seasons.
Robbie, how is he as a person? Like a chilled out guy or a very intense guy?
Yeah, chilled out. Very chilled out.
He's very shy.
Shy.
You're talking about Narayan, right?
Oh.
We're talking about
Yeah,
Narayan?
Yeah.
Narayan, I would say Narayan's almost a catch on the leg side here. I'd say he's one of the shyest cricketers I've ever met.
Ooh.
He will sometimes pass messages through like 2 layers of people to other people. Like that's just how he works. He's really, really interesting.
I met him outside a laundrette once, and he didn't say anything. I tried to sort of engage him because I absolutely love him, but he was like not up for it. But
Had he been using the laundrette?
No, I had been using the laundrette. So I was in Barbados, staying at a hotel. And you know, hotels charge you like £1 million if you want to wash a shirt or whatever. And so
Yeah.
I went to the
Especially in the
laundrette.
West Indies.
Laundrette down the road to do all my washing, and I came out of there and it was him, Kyron Pollard, and I think Tom Moody was the guy with him. So they must have been, in Barbados because they were playing Barbados or whatever. And they had very little time for me. Quite right too, to be fair. They probably had better things to be doing with their days than
Tom
talking-
Moody's usually quite approachable, I would say. I'm not sure Karen Pollard's the most approachable person cold.
I just left it to it. They looked like they were
Yeah.
talking about cricket or something interesting. Chance here. So Darson's hit one straight at the
Chance.
sky.
I love the idea of
He's out.
It's
you,
like it's done.
Suds out.
Is it cut?
So Narayan comes in and gets a wicket straight away.
is his form a concern?
Well, it's getting that way, isn't it?
Yes,
Siddharth
I was
Must
about to
doesn't
ask the same.
seem to be batting the way he was before.
I
So
was about to ask the same question actually.
Siddharthan was the most, I mean, Jared and I have spoken about this a lot, the most bankable 30, man to score 30 guy ever. and his median in the last couple of years was 43 or something, which is mental. Like if it's 28, you're quite good. And this season, what is he? He's had 4 scores now under 25. That's very unlike him, isn't it?
That's
very
what's surprising me. It's the scores under 25. I haven't watched him bat and thought that he looks terrible, but it's really weird for me that he can't kick on once he's got to 10. Because
he's got 10 every time, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And just not managed
Would
to...
you call that lack of form?
I don't know.
think I would. I'd call it lack of form for him, only because he's the most consistent batter in IPL history. But I don't think it's lack of form, Robbie. If you're getting in every time, and he's hit some nice shots. I don't think he's out of form. I think there's maybe something going on in the gears in his head a little bit.
Yeah, so he's if he gets to 10, for him to get to 30, right, is basically a certainty, and that is just not the case for normal cricket players. But Siddharthan, before this season, if he got 10, he kind of always got 30, and he just hasn't done it. Yeah, I'm not qualified to say whether he's in form or not. Robbie, you're a better guy to answer that question. Like, you must be able to see what bats are up to. Like Pooran, unequivocally bad form, right? You can't really argue with that, with what he's been up to. Whereas you see some guys like Finn Allen. Was he out of form, or was he just being Finn Allen who gets out sometimes cheaply?
Yeah. I agree with
Sean.
both of those.
Here's a shot of a man in form.
Afternoon, Josh. We said he'd be back, Robbie, didn't we, before this tournament?
Yeah. I would say I think you're right about Nicky P. It does seem out of form. Finn Allen is, I think it's circumstantial. I think I wouldn't call it out of form. It's just generally how he plays. He is a hit or miss kind of guy, and you play him 14 games, he will win you 5 games or 4 games with his bat. Because when he comes off properly.
What was funny about that innings today, Rob, was that Rahane went in to open the batting and decided to play Finn Allen's shot.
Yes.
He really did. And out to the... He was playing across the wrong line, wasn't he? Should have gone the other side.
Yep.
I
mean, what I don't know... Oh,
hello, Josh. So Narayan is unplayable unless you're Butler, who is 10 off 3 against him. Bloody hell.
It was an amazing shot.
It looked so easy, that shot.
And even the dismissal was exactly the same. The way Finn Allen got out.
That's what I'm saying. He played Finn Allen's shot, right? Like,
exactly.
Step by step. He went, I'm going to open the batting and be attacking like Finn Allen. I'm going to play across the line when I should hit straight, and I'm going to go out. To be fair, I do think Rahane's not quite at his best at the moment either.
No, I think they're a very good example of a team that is in disarray, a franchise that's in disarray. They're running out of ideas, and they kind of... It felt like... Did you see at the start of the game when everybody was saying, Narayan's going to open, which obviously he wasn't, that like 5...
Oh, could have bowled him here. Beautiful delivery. But Butler gets it away for another 4.
4 more to Butler is the answer there. Basically, everybody had a helmet on. And it was like, well, which of you lot is opening? And what are you going to do? Why is Cypher in without Allen? And why is Rovman still there? And why is Green still there? And what order are they going to bat? And it feels like nobody really knows what they're going to do now. And now they've burnt 2 Narayans. And Narayan was looking completely unplayable 5 balls ago. And now he's 2 overs, 1 for 19. But everyone else is getting spanked. It's Chakravarti or bust, isn't it?
So I don't know how far this news is true, but so basically they didn't want Andre Russell to go anywhere else. So they asked him to retire and gave him the power coach's batting gig. The coaching gig. I felt he could have played for another couple of years, just as a finisher.
In the IPL or
in the IPL. Because he is playing other leagues as well right now, right? So I thought he could have played the IPL just as a finisher, not as a bowler. If he didn't want to bowl, I could have played as a batter for sure. That would have solved so many of your issues.
So you would have him instead of Rovman?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Can I ask you what a power coach does, please? Because that sounds like a good job.
Your guess is as good as mine.
That's what the girls used to call me, Rob.
The power coach.
Power coach.
Power horse.
The power horse, yeah. The thrust manager. That's what I'd like to be known as.
Best nicknames, everyone, that you've had in your life?
I was called Tuffers.
Tuffers for the
Tuffers.
bowling.
Yeah, because I was a spinner, and then I was actually the best fielder on our team, but when I played rep cricket, the first ball that was hit up in practice, I dropped. And so they went, oh, he's like Tuffers. And after that, I was like fielding at gully, point, and mid-wicket, and they were still calling me Tuffers.
I had like infinite. I had like infinite such names, so I don't even remember, to be honest.
You must know one.
Goofy.
Infinite means to say what? Wolfie.
Goofy.
Goofy.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah.
My seniors at
you
college
know
used
why.
to
Come
call me
on.
Goofy. No. They never shared. Like, I think it was the first day at college, and I was part of the ragging. I was kind of given this task to walk up to one of my seniors, a female, and her name was Goofy, and I had to like say something to her. I don't remember what, and then my name also kind of happened to be Goofy.
Rob, you must have ridiculous ones.
Yeah, I was called a warthog.
What?
I was called a warthog.
Why?
I think we can bring that back.
Yeah, I was called Watty
Why warthog?
because strong and fast
Oh,
and stocky.
boring. And
You
occasionally,
were very
there would
stocky
be-
when you came on the scene,
Yeah.
also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it was put by J. Arun Kumar, Jack, who was my first Ranji Trophy captain. And he basically said, you run like a warthog, so I'm going to call you Warthog. I'm like, okay.
You looked a lot more muscular, to be honest, when like in 2007, 6.
Yeah.
Somebody with like big biceps, that kind of a guy.
There was that year he came back all buff, and then started wearing shirts that was too small. What year was that, Robbie?
17.
Was it? Because I remember tweeting a joke going, is this guy been on the roids? Like, why is he suddenly looks like this? He's a completely different body shape.
So I don't remember like what exactly happened then.
He suddenly was all muscular,
Bulked
you know. Yeah.
Oh.
I bulked for the IPL to hit sixes. Spinners for sixes because they wanted me to bat. What a shot, man.
Look at that shot.
Baron bulks up for the IPL every year. So you do power betting.
Yeah.
Baron, you must have had some good nicknames.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, your name is like Robber Baron, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I had lots of that, lots of Baron stuff. So I think it's hard to go through them on here, but one that you're like is you know, my best friends from sort of back home are horrendously abusive towards me as close friends are in this country.
Yes.
I think so. It was depending on where I was playing sport or who I was hanging around with. Robbie, you must have had all this. I was either Rob, Robbie, Robbo. Like I was football, I was Robbie. University, I was Robbo for some reason. Home, Rob, and then that became Robin, even though my name isn't Robin. And then when I put weight on, started calling me Rabinogen because he assumed that I had too much estrogen in my system. Which
Oh my gosh.
so he called me Rabinogen. That he still calls me that. That's quite nice. Yeah, plenty of that, like the loads of nonsense. But yeah, English people are generally quite horrible to each other.
And I think it's like Punjab is also like UK. Like your close friends are always abusive, insanely abusive, I would say.
Oh, this is a good shot from Gil.
Gil is finding this so easy, isn't he? This is like no risk, amazing boundaries every ball. It's just ridiculous. I'm not sure.
83 after 7, really, without taking too many risks here.
Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? We
What
need
are Gill's numbers this IPL? I think he has improved his strike rate even further in this IPL, right?
I mean, at this stage, everyone's improving that strike rate, aren't they?
At least Gill in the power play is looking to kind of go hard. Even in the first match against Punjab, his power play numbers are crazy, and then he considerably slowed down post the power play.
Here's Chak.
Yep.
So they're bringing in Chak when they are 5% to win the game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he takes a 7-wicket haul this over, they've got a chance. And instead, he's been hit straight down the ground for 6 first ball.
One-handed 6 there from Butler, who has come to play.
The 250s he made, I wasn't sure he was in top form. He's looked in top form today. He's looked in Butler form.
Yes.
Yeah, one of them he hardly got any 6s, did he? And he was just sort of manoeuvring the ball around. But today it looks like they've come out with proper power intent, these two. They're going for it. This isn't GT, this chase. They're smacking it here.
It's very unlike GT, to be honest.
Coach can't get over the whole thing of like Nicky P hasn't got a flat track yet. Mark my word, dude. He hasn't made runs in 6 months. Are you saying in 6 months he hasn't seen a flat track? You've got to let this one go.
He doesn't need a flat track to make runs. He just needs form.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even in ILT, he was kind of in ILT also. He was not getting any runs.
That's what I mean. He's just been out of touch for a while. He goes through these. He's on good areas we call that a spree batter, right? He goes on a spree where there's nothing you can do against him, and then he just loses his form for like 18 months, 2 years. Because him and Heinrich haven't always been consistently good, have they, Rob? I think everyone thinks that, but if you look at their numbers, they've both had dips.
It's the
Have
way.
you checked the numbers out, bro?
Yeah, if you want. What do you want? Pooran. All right, I'll give you Pooran all time and then last year if you want. Okay, Pooran all time, all T20s. How about that? How about that for you?
Yeah.
Blimey, not actually all that good. What do you reckon? What do you reckon Pooran's median is in all his T20s that he's ever played?
Oh, it'd be low. He batted number
Average?
7 for years, didn't he? So maybe like 18, 17?
18 is the correct answer. Very good. Exactly 18.
Whoa.
God mode.
The other day, Jared, I asked the guys how many integrity reports do they think that I've written in the last 2 months, and Deepak went 40. And
I was here. You asked me. I was on the thing with him, and he just said the number.
What is up with you two with correct answers? You should go on Price is Right or whatever and just absolutely boss it. In his last 424 innings, his runs per innings is 25.8, which is good, but median of 18, strike rate 148. Numbers against seam averaging 30, strike rate 151, really good, and against spin average 35, strike rate a little bit lower, 144. And then I'll run him just 2026. Spin, he is striking at 113. Seam, he is averaging 4 and strike rate of 50. Let's run that back a few more games.
I was going to say.
Sample size. Last 23 innings, how about that?
Yeah.
His strike rate is 118 in his last 23 innings. And his runs per innings is 20. Against spin, he's striking at 115, and against seam, he's going at 120. Like, that is a struggle.
That also shows you that that's a form and confidence thing, right? Because if it's happening against both.
Yeah. It's not a certain bowling type that's getting him out. He's not a certain dismissal method that's getting him out. He's getting out in every way. He's getting out to every bowling type, and he's struggling against all of it. The only thing he's whacking is leggies.
Like a lot of people saying he should have played in the World Cup, and I get it. Like, it was coming in. I could understand why he could have played in the World Cup. He also might have got dropped.
Yeah.
If he played in the World Cup.
It's weird, isn't it?
And that West Indies batting unit was actually a good batting unit, to be honest. Like, World Cup one.
He probably bats 3, doesn't he? And then they bat it. And then Hetmeyer moves to 4.
The middle of Shubman Gill's bat here looks like it's 3 feet wide.
Exactly. Look,
Yo,
that was
He's timing the pants
one
off.
of that was one of the best shots for no runs.
Are you saying this is better than Cameron Green's innings, Rob?
Well, which bit of Cameron Green's innings? Like he was 75 for 4 across the whole innings. And at one point they were like missing a chance to get him out every 3 balls as Tyagi has bowled another dot, which is quite surprising. But the thing that struck me most about that innings is once he got past the really lucky bit where everyone was everyone was refusing to get him out.
Sorry.
He then actually played well for 15 minutes, didn't he? He was really connecting with the, and you're like, all right, he might be back. This is what he needed. He needed the confidence. He needed to get a few away. He got his luck.
Sometimes you just need to be dropped 4 times to make runs.
Yeah. And then he started whacking it. But then he gets to 75 with 5 overs to go, and he bats the entire rest of the innings, and he ends up on 79. Riddle me that. That's his fault. He faced 11 balls there, and he got 5 off them.
Yeah.
4 off them, sorry.
It was a weird end, wasn't it?
He wasn't farming the strike, and when he tried to farm the strike, he messed it up, and then he was just mowing at balls and getting nowhere near it. He looked like he'd gone back to being on naught again after they lost a couple of wickets. Don't know, it was a really weird one, and there ain't much in this pitch. There's not much in it, is there?
No. Praveen says, Robbie, what do you think of Yusuf Pathan's batting and bowling since you've seen it up close in KKR? Dravid really appreciated him in an interview. This is also because we just did a big piece about how he was misunderstood in his time.
He was really good, and I think someone that should have bowled a lot more. For some reason, after he came to KKR, he didn't bowl too much, and I felt like he was always someone who could have squeezed in that 1 or 2 overs when a lefty came in or something like that. Had this uncanny ability to take wickets, and I think became very reliant on his batting after a certain point. Earlier on in his innings was obviously a lot more, definitive with his batting, like very clear, and approach was very clear. But I think when form was up and down, then he also maybe started second guessing himself a little bit. But now when he plays legend cricket with us right now, so in that you can see him being again decisive with his batting again. So.
No pressure.
I just think that, he could have done a lot more, and he probably should have done a lot more and pushed himself to do a lot more.
I think it's kind of true for both the brothers, right? Even with Irfan, you would say the same thing. That with the kind of
I wouldn't
talent
say
he
the same
had.
thing for Irfan. I wouldn't say the same thing about Irfan.
So
I think
I
Irfan
think
didn't
like-
get enough opportunities. I think he was sidelined quite a bit, and then added to that, he had injuries that pushed his career further back. So I think 2 different stories, both of them.
Jack says, have the pitches been changed this season? Bowlers seem to have more of a story this time around, or have some teams just been pulled with the bat? Well, the scoring rates have gone up, Jack. I actually do think this year we've seen a little bit more in some of the surfaces than we did last year. But the players are, if you bowl a bad ball now, it just goes for 4 or 6. Everyone is so confident to do that.
Yes.
It's very tough. Also, if we had fully fit bowling attacks this year, we might be able to get more out of these surfaces. The problem is that even if you lose early wickets, you can claw your way back in. There's usually a 4th and a 5th bowler who's not particularly good. I think when you see Tim David and Shashank Singh bowling, it's probably not exactly what you want in the impact sub era, is it?
Shashank's been class.
He's bowled great. I mean, I'm not saying he's bowled poorly. I'm just saying
It
he's
shouldn't
bowling.
be on television, should it? It shouldn't
he's
be.
bowling.
And even
Tyagi-
Khalil is done. Khalil is done for the season, right?
Yeah.
So there's another. So there you go. There's another situation where, so if Chennai get a pitch with anything in it, they're not going to get anything out of it, right? So
Yes.
Mick
But how was
Lebowski.
this?
Mick Lebowski's got one that Rob Barron can answer, but Robbie can't answer without ending up in a newspaper. Is Naya the most clueless coach in IPL history?
So he's KKR coach right now, right? As
Wicket
gets
Butler's
out.
out.
So
And
Jack,
Varun gets it.
So Tyagi built all the pressure there, and specialist fielder Cameron Green takes an easy catch in the deep. Butler looked very good for that 25, but now he's gone. Tyagi bowled a really good over that last over, which built the pressure a bit, and then Butler slogged out. Is he the most clueless coach in IPL history? No, there's too much competition for that. But right now, we've gone through this. Me and Robbie went through it on the podcast the other day. What we would do with KKR, and neither of us came up with the drop Finn Allen. My shout. The only way they can get back into this season is if Finn Allen catches fire. There's too much to do tactically for them to get back into it. So hope that the guy that scored 100 off 33 balls, red, in the World Cup semi-final last month, hope that he can play well, because he's been playing really, really well recently, right? So let him do his thing and hope he comes off for a power play, because today they dropped him and they scored 37 in the power play, trying really hard to hit it everywhere. So there's no point
good?
in... Well, put it this way, on the same pitch, nudgy, blocky Gujarat Titans scored 71, Jared. So no, 37 isn't good.
All right.
And so they could have gone, and me and Robbie were saying, Seifert and Allen, they love batting together. They've been really, really good at opening together. They had the chance to do that, could have done that. Could have been time to hook Green, because his last performance was 2 overs, none for 30, bowled by a yard off his first ball. It could have got rid of him. Could have shuffled the pack a bit better, but they didn't. They decided to drop their best chance of winning and muck about with the order again, send out 7 people wearing helmets and decide that, it was going to be Rahane that opened today. It just looked rubbish, didn't it? Tactically, they're a complete mess. They've been unlucky with injuries, but loads of other people have as well, haven't they?
Yeah. I just don't think they were set up correctly. And once you put Rahane into this particular team with all the players around him, he doesn't make any sense. And he's the captain. And so they've dropped other people. I mean, Rob, I love the fact that you can have a situation where you have a completely different opening pair than the last game.
Yeah, if you've got Narayan in your setup, I can understand why that is.
No, but I'm saying they've got 2 different players.
Right, so you can't then go, well, it was wrong to have Allen and Narayan when they were chasing loads, so that was the right thing to do. So this time we'll have Rahane and Seifert and see what that just means. We've got no idea, doesn't it? That's what that says. We've got no idea what to do now. I get it. Like, Patharana would have made this side very different. But they've got quite a lot of good players, KKR, and they shouldn't be comfortably the worst team in the IPL. It's a good effort to be comfortably the worst team when you've got Lucknow and their think tank, and Chennai having a bad season and stuff. It's difficult to be the worst team in this IPL, but KKR have managed it easily, I think.
Rowan says, can we please get a Euro Cup in cricket? ECB keeps boycotting it, afraid of being exposed. It's mostly about how hard it is to organise those kinds of events now. And also, England has never really pushed European cricket. And so that's why. And why is women cricket Asian so much better than men?
Do they play each other?
Asian, he means like Singapore, Thailand, right? And Philippines. I think there's only a couple of good women's sides, isn't there? I know you're not an expert either, Baron, but I don't think there's that many. Yeah, Thailand is one. I know there was something going on in the Philippines at one point as well. Yeah, I don't know. It could just be dumb luck. But I'm not aware of any reason why that's the case. Where are we here? Majmira, we might need that question. I can't find that one. Absam says, Robbie, thoughts on KKR retaining Venki over Gill?
I never understood that. I never understood that. And the kind of lengths they went for, Gill when he first came in, and then when he'd become a formidable player, to not retain him was just blind stupidity, according to me.
So
is it because of the coach thing? Like, because maybe like Chandrakant Pandit has a...
I don't know. I wasn't there. Right? Like, tell me someone who understands what KKR is doing and why they do what they do.
This is what I was going to say, is they were a pretty well-run franchise for a long time. But the last 5 years are a bit baffling, aren't they?
See, the thing is, Gotham came for what, one season? With Shreyas? And like Shreyas did something really cool for them for a few years, and then they didn't keep Shreyas. They didn't even try to keep Shreyas. I'm like, guys, like, it's like, what's going on?
It is weird to have someone who's had that success as a captain and just move on so easily from them.
Yeah,
And that too, when somebody was
he
about to
won
hit
you
his
a
prime.
tournament.
Students
He
in my
won you a
school,
tournament.
yeah, students in my school used to copy Robbie's 3 stripes on the side and eyebrow cut haircut in 2007, 2009. He was a style icon. I had forgotten about the eyebrow thing.
Yeah, even me too.
I think
I hadn't
Oh,
done the
wow.
eyebrow thing.
I just looked that up.
didn't you?
No, just the 3 stripes on the side.
Oh, okay, that's a shame. I
What
would've
was
liked-
that for, Robbie? Why did you do that? Because it looked really cool.
Just as yeah, I was 22 years old. Just want to fuck around.
I've never interviewed him about this, but I've always wanted to talk to Mitchell Johnson. Had a labret piercing. Do you guys know what a labret piercing is?
No idea.
You've actually, huh?
Little
go
bit
on.
here under the lip, like
Isn't
in the
that
chi-
Yeah.
an extraordinarily painful place to get pierced?
I have no idea. I've never been pierced. So
Not-
I'm assuming they're all painful, but yeah, maybe more. But like, no, I feel like I'm the only person who remembers that Mitchell Johnson had this piercing.
Yeah, he had it for a while, eh?
I've never found a photo with him having it, so I don't know what series he had it for. Abhilash says, is this year's KKR team the worst ever IPL team, or is it the Kochi Tuskers?
Wow, I forgot about them. Now, there's been some like the bad Chennai is so bad, isn't it? The really bad Chennai.
Early RCB?
Pune
But-
Warriors? What early RCB? We were in the finals the second season.
Yeah,
In
but
2008, maybe.
If you look at some of those lineups and said you all have to get the band back together from 2008, RCB side is absolutely incredible. Absolutely amazing, some of those players that they had at their disposal. I'm going to look up the squad now.
I'm trying to think of the worst team.
Pune
one's
Warriors
ever
will
gone-
would
no
probably
one's
give a run for
never-
that money.
Every team has won a game, haven't they? We've never had a team not win any.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I can't.
So
think of
how about this for a free-flowing T20 let's smash it everywhere side? Rahul Dravid, Shivnarine Chanderpaul, Wasim Jaffer, Misbah ul Haq. There's your 80 in the power play. That's that sorted. Ross Taylor, Cameron White, Mark Boucher, to be fair. All-rounder Jack Callis. So they're just basically picking as many test players as they can. All-rounder Jack Callis. Ashley Novka, obviously. Abdul Razak from the Bangladesh one.
Isn't that the one where they picked the wrong Abdul Razak? Wasn't that the thing that they picked the wrong guy?
It sounds right. They had Dale Steyn and Praveen Kumar, who was really fun.
Oh, okay. It's a good team for a test match, though, isn't it? Anil Kumble played too, didn't he?
That is proper test match. I think he's the next year, isn't he?
Do you know what I love about
Yeah.
that team more than anything is that team was picked by Vijay Mallya, who's the party guy, and he picked the least party team available to him. He actually picked maybe the most sober side that he could have picked.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
a,
the
league
Virat
of,
had a-
in a league of drunkards.
The next year they had a lot more fun. So Robbie was in the setup in 2009, and this is when they still have all those boring plodders everywhere, but they've got Jesse Ryder and Roloff van der Merwe to add some
So
fun.
now you've got the
Now
guy
the
who
party
dances
starts,
at the
isn't it?
nightclub. You've got
Yeah.
the guy who's going to be up till 5 a.m. drinking with you. That's more a Vijay Mallya kind of vibe.
Yeah,
They
there's
had,
some-
Virat, they had Virat also by then, right?
Yeah,
So-
you've got Robbie pitching you constant
Virat's
entrepreneurial ideas. That's what Vijay's looking for.
with the three.
Entrepreneurial
With the
Ideas.
3 stripes, we can
With the three
paint in this.
No. Yeah, I didn't have 3 stripes for the second season. Second season was all short because I was short, and third season was all long hair and sixes and all of that. More Samson story for me.
Vivek says, Jared, do you guys think it's time to end the power play in T20s internationals?
No.
T20s, I'm assuming you mean. Any other ways to restore balance in this too much batting-friendly conditions? The only league, I just looked at this today, the only league where the batting is going absolutely crazy is the IPL. And it's not because of the quality of the batters. It happened at the exact time the impact sub came in. I do think there has been a lot more scoring around the world. If it was up to me, you would only be allowed to have 2 fielders outside the power play for the first 6 overs. Then for the next 4 overs, you could have 3. Then for the next over, I would keep staggering it one at a time. I hate the idea that we go from 2 fielders out to suddenly having everyone out.
Bang.
That would another big.
Shubman Gill looked
Beautiful shot.
$1 million today. This is
Yeah.
as good as anyone's played so far. This knock.
Yes.
So far, it's looked really, really, really good.
Praveen Kumar says, should more teams use wireless connection? Is this the Rajasthan joke?
Oh, right.
Is it?
I don't know.
Right. I'm enjoying rolling back the years on these RCB squads, right? The next year, right, listen to this. You've got Robbie, of course. So you've got Fun, that's that covered. But imagine this is a test team that you can pick from. This is all of these people are in the RCB squad in 2009, 2010, right? Rahul Dravid, he could play tests. He's all right. Virat Kohli, not bad. Kevin Peterson. Steve Smith. How about him? You got Steve Smith in there as well? That's not a bad top.
2010.
Yeah, 2009-10 this is. So you got Robbie, Ross Taylor, Cameron Wright, Kevin Peterson, Owen Morgan, Virat Kohli, Mark Boucher, Rahul Dravid. Jack Callis as well. What a team that is.
Cameron White is your leg spinner. As he played in Test cricket.
Kumble's allowed to play as well. Dale's not a bad test attack either. Dale Steyn, Kumble, Callis.
And
Bloody hell.
Praveen was still there, wasn't he?
Yeah, of course he was.
Praveen was there.
Yeah, he's a good test bowler.
And Vinay Kumar. And Bhuvaneshwar Kumar.
Vinay
Bhuvi
Kumar.
was there.
Vinay Kumar and Bhuvi.
Yeah, Bhuvi's good. Vinay
So when did
Kumar,
Kallis-
when he came on to bowl in the first test match, David Warner went up to Ed Cow and said, I faced this guy before, he's not too bad, just watch him. And then I think he hit his second ball for 6 back over his head into the whacker. and Ed Cowan walked out and said, what's going on? He goes, it was in my wheelhouse. Last test he played, Vinay Kumar, I believe. He's got a good first class record though, doesn't he?
Yes.
Very good first class record.
And Narayan says, is KKR suffering from a Russell-sized hole as Mumbai from a Pollard one? I think there's more issues here than one player. I understand why. In the pre-impact sub era, I might have said that this is better, but I don't think the all-rounders are quite as important as they used to be.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
What?
Because you can cover them more now, right? Put it this way: Deepak Huda played for India 3 years ago and can't get on the field anymore, Robbie. Like, it's just. I'm not saying it's not still important because Hardik's still quite important, but it's Hardik is more important before the impact sub era than he is after.
Yeah, sure. Fair. And that's why I think they should stop with this impact sub rule. Just bring
That's
the
why they
normal
should
game back.
only have substitutions.
No, stop with your substitutions narrative, Jared. I am already fed up the impact sub. It's bollocks. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Have you seen what they're doing in the county championship now? By the way, so
That is bad. Tell them
they're-
this is good.
right. So they're allowed to now, if you have somebody with a legitimate, which is something that is deemed a legitimate injury, you're allowed to swap them for somebody who is like for like. So you can swap a batsman for a bat, a bowler for a bowler, an all-rounder for an all-rounder, right? And
Except you can't.
you would think that this may happen. I mean, how many games do you play where there's a legitimate injury that ends somebody's participation in the game? 1 in 20? 1 in 50? I don't know. I think there's been an average of 1 every single day since they brought this in. Something nuts like that, isn't it? And it's just been completely abused. There's people wandering off saying they've hurt themselves and better
It's
back.
almost like I spent 3 years saying that you can't have injury stubs because people will abuse the system, Rob, and no one in the ECB listen.
It's just a full joke.
You like
Absolutely.
this, Deepak? I can't remember. Was it Fergus O'Neill was injured, right? Is that no?
Yeah, Fergus.
Fergus O'Neill was injured. So he's the Victorian seamer who bowls at about 82, 83 miles an hour with a bowling average of like 18 or something silly, right? And I'm pretty sure this is right, Rob. Didn't they want to replace him with Ollie Stone? And then they said, no, you can't replace him with Ollie Stone. He's too fast.
Something like that, yeah.
You can't. Well, wait a minute. He's
It's
a
just-
seamer being replaced with another seamer. So how many backup seamers do you need to have? Oh, we can't replace him. He's right arm, and you're bringing in a left arm bowler. So no, like you need 11 players on the side of the boundaries, and it's because was it Archie Vaughan played in a game because the player they wanted to bring in as the impact sub was too far away from the venue, and they needed to bring someone in quicker.
So they had 9 instances of a player being fully replaced in the first 18 games of the season.
It's hilarious.
So half the games had somebody walk off and be replaced by somebody else. So it's they're having a meeting to decide whether they're going to keep the rules.
Yeah. With the all intent, again, I think GT is not going to finish it in 18 overs for sure.
Oh, no way.
This is going to go till the 19th over.
Nah, wait, who's in next?
Just imagine, add those 20 runs or 25 runs to this, and this could have been really spicy.
Well, if they could bat.
If they want to take it deep, they could bring Tuatia in next and let him see if he can get 3 off 16 or whatever.
Why? Why?
Send Rashid Khan up, get the game won, get yourself a net run rate boost. I'm telling you now, that 4th spot is going to come down to net run rate. And these teams that muck about, like they've won this game, GT, barring utter miracles. And what they should be doing now, at least one of them, Gil could go, all right, I'll stick around just to make sure we win. Washington should be hoofing every single ball now. There is no good that can come of them winning in 19, 20 overs here. They should be trying to win it in 16. Just get it done. Win. Go home.
Surely not happening in 16 now.
Tiagi's back. I think Tiagi, post his he worked really, really hard to come back, hasn't he? He's remodeled his action and everything. I think he's looked really good.
And by this time, KKR was 122 for 4.
Wow.
And they scored 16 runs in this over. So they were 138 for 4 after 14 overs.
Mick Lebowski says, IPL needs some kind of mid-season trades. They do have mid-season trades, just no one makes trades.
They needed that a decade ago.
Reduces bad games and engage disinterested fans. Yeah, it needs 2 games a day. So when you have a game like this where the air goes out of it, and hopefully they will collapse and win off the last ball here, things will change. But yeah, no doubt. And then this has to be a question for Deepak, because I don't think anyone else could remember this. Dhawan Test debut versus Australia, or Bhuvi ODI debut versus Pakistan?
Dhawan's Test debut for sure. Like Bhuvi's T20 debut was much more spicier, I would say, than the ODI debut.
What do you mean?
In his ODI debut, he got, I think, Hafiz out on the first ball, but
3
India,
wickets.
No, but
2 or 3
India
wickets he
lost
got in that first over.
No, that was T20, na? Where he got 3 wickets in one spell. He got, I think, Umran Akmal out and a couple of other. I think.
Does that count?
One lefty out.
Does that count as an international wicket?
Dhawan scored like 187 or 173 balls on his debut. Test match in Mohali.
Robbie, Umran Akmal must be up there as one of the most talented players to just never understand his game at all.
Yeah.
There were times when you would watch him and you go, he's seeing the ball so early, and yet it's like he's gone out there with a shadow of a bat. It doesn't matter. Like, he's just going to make so many bad decisions. He's such a...
Is T20 at T20 our numbers were not that bad, to be honest. Like
2622?
Yeah, considering for that era.
Shot.
Is it?
Wow.
Bloody hell. What a knock this is. Absolutely brilliant. From ball 1, he's looked completely on it, and these are pinging out the middle of his bat. All of them.
The timing in this inning's been ridiculous, right? And he's hitting sixes.
This is the knock. This is the knock of the tournament. This.
Wow.
In terms of how good the batting has been, if you know what I mean, there are innings that have been more important to win matches or whatever, but this has been so fluid and so, I don't know, just on. He's just completely on. How easy
Might
is he
just
making
get 100 here, guys.
Yeah.
Because if they have to win, he has to bat through. And there's not many times that he's batting on 76 in the 13th over, 14th over.
They
He's
should
gonna
get 100.
as well, Gil. Right, what can I get on his runs? 97.5. You backing over that, Robbie?
What do
Right,
they
come on.
need? They need 50. So he would need to make, what, 21 out of
Yeah.
the rest? That makes sense,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially if Washi hasn't really looked like hitting a ball yet, has he?
No, I don't think that he gets not out and doesn't get 100 here. I don't think that's possible. I think the way you lose is he gets caught up in how well he's playing and just smashes one straight down a fielder's throat. But the way he's playing, I wouldn't want to say that he gets unders, would you?
No, he should get there. It's not that many runs either. Oh, although wait, don't put the bet on now.
They've just dropped his line 2, so 95.5 now.
Oh, yeah, take that then.
Yeah, come on then.
Because Washi didn't mean to hit that for a boundary. That hit his gloves or his pads.
Yeah, like I don't see how Gil is there at the end and doesn't get 96. I don't see that, unless they send Rashid Khan in next, which they definitely won't.
So this is like I would say Washi's go-to shot, the Natarajan shot that he plays.
Was there a case to put Glenn Phillips at 4 here just to get some miles into his legs, just to get him some batting?
You could make that. You could make that case for Washi as well, though, couldn't you?
It's very poor.
Wide. Yeah, maybe. Just as I was bigging Tyagi up, he's had a really bad over this over.
Yeah.
How's he gone this year?
Fine, not great. Let's have a look.
Who, Tyagi or Washi?
Tyagi, I just think he's looked better. His numbers aren't backing that up. He's amongst the wickets, but he's not really controlling it. Wait a sec. Talk amongst yourselves a minute. I'll get some more numbers up.
I'm just going to check my notes as well. See what I've got on him. Oh my god. Well, that's a good shot by Wash. He's only going to get one off it, but I like
So his
that.
Dhawan's debut was a very strange one. You know, when he was a knot, then Stark accidentally dropped the ball and it had hit the stumps. And at that time, like Michael Clark was also even kind of gesturing to the umpire that can't we take a third umpire on this? And they didn't go ahead with it. They
Taking a third umpire on the bail's not coming off.
because like Dhawan was backing up and he was too far ahead, and Mitchell Stark, while kind of loading up, he had dropped the ball in the stumps.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, sorry. I do remember that. Yeah.
So could have been out on duck. Technically, that was an out, but like Australia didn't appeal, so they.
I don't think it is.
the appeal.
I don't think it's it counts as a man cat.
Why?
Don't you? Oh, maybe it does.
Yeah, because he didn't complete his action. Huh? He was just kind of loading up.
Yeah, but did he drop the ball because his hand hit the stumps?
No. It just kind of
No, maybe you're right.
slipped out of
Maybe,
his
I
fingers.
suppose it could. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not actually sure on that one.
And could have been out for duck. Just imagine. And it turned out to be the fastest 100 by a debutant.
It was a ridiculous innings.
Yes.
I remember actually that was when I really started. What year was that, Deepak?
2013.
Yeah.
BGT. He came in for Sehwag in that match, no?
Well, he basically was him. That was when I really started, and I'll be interested to know how Rob feels about this as well, but when I really started looking at what happens at the end of one innings for the next innings, right? Because so often teams get really excited when they're like 9, 10, and 11 make runs. And I was like, but doesn't that now mean that the pitch is, it's either the ball or the pitch, right? Has helped them make these runs. Yes. And when Mitchell Stark was batting that good, I was like, yeah, but what are they going to do?
Yeah, I think in the longer format, that is a big tell. ODIs, it used to be like if you've got some tail ender that's bossing it, and you were 140 for 7 before he came in, that's actually quite bad news for your team if the number 10 is seeing it dead easy or whatever, number 9. And Test, that's definitely a thing. The thing with Test though, I think what you've said there, Jared, applies the most in ODIs, because Tests you can just get random conditions drop in at any time, can't you? You can just you can have it can completely change. And in this country, as Washington is now gone, lazy slap over there to what, square leg?
Yeah, backwards square. It was just like the medium pace ball, wasn't it? He just helped it around straight to the fielder.
And
that's disappointing. If I'm GT, I'm worried a little bit about Washi.
Yes.
Because he's not bowling, is he?
I think he's an all-rounder. He's the only all-rounder in I can think of in the IPL that actually makes the balance of their team a bit worse because they don't know what to do with him. Do you know what I mean?
I was saying recently, like, I don't think you can bat him in the middle. So they either have to tell him he's a death player or they have to use him in the power play. I don't think there's any other options with the bat. And they keep bringing him in the middle and he keeps going nowhere. His numbers in the middle are terrible.
I think the problem with him is he's just not good at rotating the strike. His boundary hitting is not that bad, to be honest, but like he just gets stuck.
I think he's a good boundary hitter when there isn't 5 guys on the boundary.
Yes, pretty much. That's a very valid point. Like
Right.
he did it the way he did it in Oval also. No?
Yeah,
That's his match.
in a test match, it makes sense the way he bats, right? Whereas in
Yes.
one day, as in T20s, you're like, well, don't know if he's going to be able to really help all that much.
In ODI series also, I think I felt that he kind of sucked the momentum in first 2 ODIs both the times when he came in because he was just not able to get any singles off the block.
No, you're right. I mean, Varun's not here, but there's no doubt that he's really bad at just rotating strike, isn't he? It's just not his thing. He's still young. He'll learn how to bat too. Some of these things will be over. But this reminds me, Rob, of Ben Stokes bowling in T20 cricket, where England never really just sat down and worked out when Ben Stokes should bowl. And so in the end, they have a world-class all-rounder who isn't that useful.
Yeah, but I don't think he's as young as you guys as you think, Jared.
He's not
26.
He's 26, isn't he?
26 because he came in early, na? He started at 17, I guess.
He's not old, mate.
Is he just 26?
He's 26, yeah.
Yeah. He started pretty early. He started at the age of 17. I think he played under 19 for India at the age of 14 or something.
Oh, is it?
He was this young prodigy at that time, no? Yeah. And then suddenly he actually bloomed in that TNPL in 2016 season. And 17 he got picked. I think 16 or 17 he got picked for IPL.
He just, to me, Robbie, looks like one of those young all-rounders who doesn't actually have a role that suits him at the moment. And he hasn't quite developed into how he makes himself work at this level, right? And so where do you put him? So Ben Stokes, if you look at Ben Stokes' bowling, right? Ben Stokes swings the ball. So they should have tried to make him into a new ball bowler, but he didn't like the new white ball, because it swung too much and he felt like he couldn't control it, right? So then they were like, okay, can you bowl at the death for us, right? You're a big game guy. We'll you'll be fine at the death. Well, remember the name happens, and then they can't use him in the death. And in the middle overs, the ball's not swinging for him, and he's not particularly accurate. So he's got no special skills in the middle overs. So it's like they should have just worked on him doing one thing, even if he just bowls the back end of the power play when it's not swinging as much, right? Maybe third, fourth, fifth over.
It's fair, yeah. Just completely got it wrong with his bowling, didn't they?
And they got lucky because they had Mo in, right? So they had another all-rounder, and then they had Wokes as well. So they were really lucky.
Stokes' overall T20 numbers are not that great, even with the bat, I would say.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think he's a particularly good T20 player. I know he got the... He's but if you line up all the players that have got the most money in the IPL auctions and made a team out of them, you would have a terrible team for T20s. Like really, Carl Jamieson would be opening the bowling.
With
Corey Anderson would be in the middle order.
No, Corey Anderson's your death bowler, as RCB tried to make him into. Would you pick Tyrone Henderson in that?
Jared loves Tyrone Henderson.
Yeah.
I've heard this name like maybe like 10 times
So
from Jared.
Dan Christian, did Dan Christian get in there? Didn't he get the bag one year?
I don't know whether he got all the
Yes.
money. Shout for something. So Flintoff and
Yeah.
Peterson got the most in 1 year, didn't they? Both of them together.
Flintoff would be in that list.
Stokes got it twice in a row. It was a good effort. Chris Morris is one of them.
Chris Morris was a pretty good IPL player, though, wasn't he?
He was good for Raj, wasn't he? I was very, very surprised that he jacked it in when he did, because he left a lot of money on the table there, Chris Morris.
I've never fully understood what happened. I've even talked to people who've tried to talk me through it, and I still don't understand why Morris retired. He gave up 3 years of cricket pay.
Yeah, and good money as well.
I think
'cause
he was done.
Yeah.
I think he was emotionally done.
I know it was emotionally, but I was told he did it to take up a coaching job because he wanted.
No.
And I was like, that doesn't seem right to me.
No, it had nothing to do with coaching.
Dan Christian, 650K 1 year.
Oh, well, that's nice, isn't it? But to be fair, there was a period of time of about 8 years where if you had Dan Christian, you definitely won whatever the competition was. Like, he's got more winners' medals than anyone, hasn't he?
Yeah. Do you remember when the cricketer tried to come up with a metric to work out how good players were in T20 cricket, and Dan Christian won it because one of the metrics they put in was winning championships, and he'd won like 12.
That's all he ever does.
It's like he's better
whole
than
life-
Rashid Khan. Is he better than Rashid Khan? I think Dan Christian would argue he's not better than, pretty honest guy, Dan Christian. In fact, I think there's a great interview he does with Gideon Haigh about that IPL auction where he was sitting there going, what's happening? Why am I getting paid this much money?
I'll find my favourite Dan Christian picture while you lot talk. When he hit a six and he couldn't believe it. Do you remember
Is
that?
that the
six?
one over cover point in the finals day?
No.
Or
It
is
was
it
at
the
the
Bash one?
Gabba. It was at the Gabba.
Yeah.
And
Hit
was
it out of the
for-
stadium, didn't he?
It was for Hobart
Yeah.
Hurricanes or whatever they're called. Wait a sec, I'll find it.
He's got some of the whitest teeth on a human I've ever come across. Radiant.
Who's this?
Dan Christian. Very white teeth. I really like him. I don't know if you know him very well, Robbie, but I chatted.
He's
to
a
him
very
lot.
sweet guy.
Yeah,
Very
I
nice
really
guy.
like
Yeah.
Also, one of Australia's few Indigenous players.
Yes.
Right.
And unlike a lot of the other Indigenous players, he was actually brought up Indigenous, like in the culture.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
I
like a
didn't
lot
know
of the
that.
others, like Scott Boland didn't know he was Indigenous. Darcy Short didn't know he was Indigenous. Yeah, that is a good photo.
That was when he just hit one of the biggest sixes I've ever seen, and he was like, "That was a good one."
Even
Yeah,
case
really.
of Doggett also.
He's outside the ground, right?
Oh yeah,
Doggett
yeah.
also didn't-
At the Gabba as well.
I'm not I think Doggett knew. One of the reasons me and Dan started chatting, actually, we'd started chatting already, Deepak, and I remember I wrote a piece because I think Darcy Short and Dan Christian were batting at Hobart and Doggett was bowling. And I wrote an article going, this might be the only time in Australian professional men's cricket that 3 Indigenous players have been all in action at the same time. And they didn't realise, the players. They hadn't noticed at the time. And then Dan called me up afterwards to say, thank you so much. We wouldn't have even picked that up. Like it just... So I'm pretty sure we always knew Doggett. And Darcy found out quite late. But Boland, I think, is the one who found... Boland's whole family didn't know that they were Indigenous. But you got to remember that there's so much racism in Australia that a lot of Australians have Indigenous family and it's been whitewashed from their family. Right?
Yeah,
So
I've heard those
Yeah.
stories. I've read about that also.
So I think my mum has worked out that we had an Indigenous person in our family, and like no one knew for about 5 generations that had existed because we went out of our way not to tell anyone that we had an Indigenous person in our family.
Wow.
Right? Like it was a very normal thing to do back in those days. Also, you lost rights if you're Indigenous, right? So it's like financially, it didn't make sense to come out and say you're Indigenous.
Who's the biggest character on the Kimber family tree? There must be somebody that's absolutely outrageous in your backstory.
Ooh.
Has that been looked into, Jared? Your family tree?
Yeah, because we were my grandfather is the Kimber, and he was actually he grew up in an orphanage.
Okay.
So we only found out we were part of the Kimber family quite late. I think there's a couple of like proper Bible belting evangelists.
That stands to reason.
Yeah, very similar to me. There's a lot on the Irish. There's a lot on the Irish Catholic side, Rob, of people who actually were brought up as someone's sister, but were actually their niece or nephew. There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
But
We know
the
you're
story,
inbred, yeah.
the best story I've been told is that my great grandfather was going to great granduncle he would be was going to play football professionally, and he was playing a game and he slid, and on the ground there was horse shit, and it went into his leg and he got a disease and died, which I just don't think is true.
What?
I just think it's completely made up.
Wow, that's like how Bob Marley died, isn't it? That's how the story starts. Is he injured his toe playing football, and then because of various religious beliefs, he refused to get it treated properly.
No. This is how he got to know that he has cancer.
Yeah, and then he died from it, didn't
But he died because of the cancer.
He
No?
didn't die because of the toe.
So they right.
That toe
Okay, I'm going to look it
heal.
up.
So toe didn't heal. So due to that injury, he got to know that there's a serious issue with him.
So
because the test.
So there was there's a radio presenter in England called Danny Baker who's very outspoken, and I find him very funny. And he used to go around. The story was that he killed Bob Marley because he was the one that tackled him in this like celebrity stroke charity football match, and then he hurt his toe, and then he found out that he got cancer in it. But apparently, yeah, he got the injury on his toe. Then he found that caused a melanoma that then developed into cancer, which ultimately killed him. How have we got to Bob Marley dying from being tackled in a football match?
It's weird that we didn't start there, really. Mick Lebowski says, if you're KKR, what's the best way to get Gill out now? So the two ways are you wait for him to keep trying to hit sixes and then he goes out, or you try and put pressure on him and then he'll just beat you in the last over anyway. It's really hard to get him out at the moment.
Once he's set. No, in general, when he's set, it's very hard to get him out.
Well, once they need run a ball, right, Robbie? Because if they need 1.6 runs a ball, you can put pressure on him as he smashes another 4.
Drop. That was
they almost had him there.
Yeah, yet another drop catch in this IPL. I'm getting bored of these. Best way to get him out is if he just gets so bored by this game that he's had enough, and kind of I think actually if that ball isn't a 4, the equation gets moderately interesting because they needed 32 off 23 then. If that's a dot, 32 off 21 becomes a thing, doesn't it? If you get Gill there, then the the pressure builds, and you've got guys that haven't done anything this season having to do it, and then
you still have
Tuatia comes in. But if you've got Tuatia, if you're the bowling team now and you get Gill right now, this ball, which you might have done, no. If they got Gill that ball, and you want out of all the players available in the whole of the IPL, you want Tuatia to walk to the crease next, because he can make that chase very difficult all by himself, because he is not interested in needing 8 and over. That doesn't entertain him whatsoever. He needs 15 and over before he's bothered. So he would just sit there and play 4 forward defenses, and all of a sudden we got a game on.
That's another good question.
Well, then read it out.
So Narayanan S says, so why are normally better teams like MI, KKR, CSK playing badly in the Impact Sub era, or are they not related? These not related?
I don't think it's related. I think CSK got old.
Since you think it's a good question, why don't you take it on and tell us what you think?
I think they were kind of little too traditional with their approach. Other teams evolved quickly. So SRH came up with this new ideology. Punjab reconstructed their whole side around it. That they have to have an ultra aggressive batting unit. Same happened with RCB. So teams who kind of evolved as a batting unit and had, I would say, to begin with, defensive bowling attacks to begin with, and then kept on adding the missing pieces.
But KKR was a pretty attacking batting unit.
But then they let go Salt and Iyer.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Iyer was part of the attacking nature of it. I just think that if this was the Impact Sub era and Narayan and Russell were still peak Narayan and Russell, like KKR would have put a decent side around them. I think CSK, me and Robbie have both been under Stephen Fleming. I don't think the Impact Sub is probably going to help the way that Stephen Fleming looks at cricket. I think he is a bit more conservative. I think that one I would give you the issue on. Mumbai, I still thought they had a good team coming in. So they haven't played very well, but so I don't know if I'd be as worried about it. But yeah, there is an element of some of those other teams maybe were more willing to go in on that. This is the period where we can score more runs. Yash says, will Patharana join KKR? I thought he was going to. I don't know really
He
what
said
happened.
he was. Latest I heard was he got his NOC
Yeah.
and passed the comedy test that Sri Lankan cricket set up. As
Oh, did he get
Is
it?
this out?
Gill is
What a catch.
very
Gill
well
is gone.
Woo! They've managed to get Gill out.
He sliced this out to deep backward point, and Cameron Green, with the incredibly long levers, they like long levers in cricket, don't they? Incredibly long levers, gets under the ball. So he's bowling. What are they bowling?
Yes,
Like
very-
wide Yorkers kind of things, weren't they, to him?
Yeah.
Well,
Looks like
that's how
such a
you get out.
gentle giant, Green.
He's certainly a giant. Would you open Green and Narine? I absolutely would not open Green and Narine.
no, not even close.
Oh, some take.
Reg Jake says, Robbie, during the 07 T20 World Cup, was Yuvi radiating aura in the dressing room in the same way he was through the TV screen?
On the field, he was. Off the field, same bloke. Off the field, he's a sweetheart off the field. But on the field, he just felt like a different animal in that series. But
I
there was a
also-
sense of confidence about himself from the NatWest series that happened just previous to that in England. He was in really good form. There was a lot of confidence. And then I think in general, that whole team had a different kind of energy because we were a young side and we really want to, make amends to what happened in the Cricket World Cup in 2007, earlier that year.
Also, Rob Barron lost his bet.
Yeah, annoying. It's Robbie's fault. Robbie told me to back it, so I'll just send him the bill after.
I didn't say a word today.
Can I just say, UV radiating
Unfortunately.
aura, and when it comes to Rob Barron, I think of him oozing aura.
So what was the bet?
I backed Gill to get another 18 and a half when he was looking like an absolute $1 million, and he didn't. I think he may have got bored. The game just got that boring that he wasn't asked anymore. But he had 100 for the taking there, didn't he? But he didn't want it. But I still think he played brilliantly well today. So Ati is in. This could get interesting. This 22 off 17.
Next one says GT could make Washi go the Tuati away. I think the best way of using him is if you lose a wicket early in the power play, you can send him out there
Nice
and
catch.
see if he can score in overs 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if you don't need him, then you save him to the end. But we'll see. He actually hasn't faced many balls in the IPL because he hasn't batted all that much. Praveen says, "What do you think of the Bethel value in the next auction?"
Hmm.
It doesn't go mental if he doesn't do anything in this, doesn't play in this tournament, does it?
Yeah.
What did he go for this time? 7 crore?
I'll look. Don't
No
know.
idea.
Deepak, photographic memory.
No, I didn't attend the auction, so I have no idea.
I can't imagine he goes for more than 12 crore.
What's 250 grand? Because he got about that sterling.
Deepak-
2.6 crore he got.
Oh, so
This
even
is
less. Yeah. Anywhere between
because-
7 and 12, I would say, is in the next auction.
Yes, because his 100 in Sydney and World Cup came afterwards. So his stakes went up after that Sydney 100.
Also, in the world that of T20 is at us now, he's not actually like one of the hottest properties. Like
Yes.
his batting and his fielding is obviously great, but he's not going to hit sixes from the first ball all that often, and he can't bowl at this level. Question for Robbie, which Dano says, "Oh, this is smashed down the ground by Phillips. What a shot! He almost took Tawadia out there. Maybe that's what he was trying to do." Robbie, is Rutu the T20 batter finished? That seems a bit
Nope.
premature. How old is
Why?
he?
Like,
23?
why are we so ready to?
30.
Why are we so ready to write people off?
Is he that old?
so quickly?
I think
Like,
it should be
why is it
30.
that people can't have?
It's 29.
Ah, he's finished then. Nothing ever good happens after 28 for batters. Just their
Okay,
entire
that's my
peak.
cue. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
When did you peak, age-wise, do you think?
29, I would
Um,
say.
Deepak knows me better than I know myself, so just let Deepak be my mouthpiece for tonight. I'll put myself on mute and he can speak for me.
What age do you think you peaked? He doesn't know.
Yeah. I was just guessing.
29's a good guess. Come on, Robbie.
No, Deepak, go on.
He's already said
Well,
29. He gave the answer.
I've already given
promise
the
you,
answer.
I promise you, I open my mouth, he'll start talking. He's done that the whole day today. In every meeting we've sat on.
You two have
I
the
didn't even talk.
weirdest
bro.
relationship. You just need to have
I
sex
swear.
and move past it.
If only. I reckon 32.
That's quite late.
Yeah, I reckon 28 to 32. So 27 to 32 were my best years.
And the peak?
Those years.
Yeah.
No, but any particular peak in this, or like you were already kind of all the time improving every year?
Yeah, so the thing is, I had a couple of transformations in my batting, right? So I changed my batting around, knowing fully well that there's going to be loss of form. But for me, I did that more from the perspective of learning more, growing more, and the first transformation was for the sake of red ball cricket, and to try and earn the test cap. So that part really. Once I realized that that's not going to happen, by 2017, I switched to changing my technique into playing for white ball cricket only, for T20 cricket predominantly. So that took another year and a half, 2 years. Then COVID, that hit. So that by the time that came around full circle, it was 2021. So for me, I feel like 2021 is when I really started enjoying my cricket again, because those 2 years were again like not the easiest, because you had to unlearn everything that you just learned and put into your muscle memory through years of hard work. So that took a while.
So like
But I was
even
willing to
14
take that.
14 when you were like kind of scoring runs for fun in IPL, that was not your peak, according to you?
No.
It's like from an outside perspective, this is where like everybody wanted you to be in the team. 2014, like everybody. Like any discussions I was part of, anybody would always come up with the name. 2014, 15.
Yeah, but then Shikhar and Rohit were opening the batting, and it was hard to get in at that point in time as an opener.
No, even for the number
Third
4
opener,
also,
but-
because there were discussions for number 4 thing also. Because I'm just giving an outsider's perspective. Like when UV was not at his peak, he was kind of phasing out, and when I would say Rahane came in at number 4, then was the discussion that why not Robbie, because that was 14, 15 around.
Rahane is such a bad choice for number 4
Yes, that's why.
one-day cricket.
Yes, that's why I'm saying, like, because this is where everybody was discussing this, that why can't it be Robbie? Because the IPL also and all the domestic matches.
I never caught wind of that then, because I don't remember being in contention for number 4 at all. They always looked at me as an opener or a finisher, never a number 4.
Personally, but do you think so? You were up for it, number 4, or not?
Well, if the conversation came up, yeah, at one day cricket, I would have been up for it. Not. I was up for anything, yeah. As in, even in my last comeback series, there were only two openers in the side, me and Murli Vijay. And until then, nobody was there. Only Murli Vijay and I. And yet in that series, I batted at number 5 and number 6. And I was informed about my position one day before the matches began, the series began. So it's
God,
Indian
how
cricket's
long are
weird
we
like
going to be
that.
looking at this?
I hate the IPL for this. It doesn't matter. Just make a decision and get on with it.
Doesn't matter, says the guy who literally makes his money off whether it's a 4 or not.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter until it costs me money, and then I want you to look at a million replays.
So we had
and then-
one good catch today and one drop that was absolutely appalling, and both of those things cost me money, and that's how the universe operates.
Yeah, but a lot of
Why
that
are we
is,
watching this?
is also based just on the fact that you're a bad person and you deserve these things.
Yeah, I think that's also true.
I can't remember a time in my life when I wasn't looking at this padded triangle moving. It is. How many replays have we seen of this now?
It doesn't matter.
Why are we seeing this?
It doesn't matter.
They're trying to work out if it's 4 or not, but it's just, my God. Just ask a child what they think. We'll go on their opinion and we'll move on.
Bloody hell, lads.
Checking it on
So-
Cricket,
so I
they've already
thought-
given it as 4.
An hour ago, they were trying to ice this chase, but they've done what they always do, haven't they? And just taken it till 19th.
Yeah. Well, I did. That was before you came on, Rob. Was the first thing I said to Deepak. I was like, I can't wait for them to win this at the end of the 18th or early 19th. Over.
And for the best part of the innings, it didn't look like that. to be
No, I
honest.
mean that was the funny thing is this was the game. Deepak, it didn't look like it was going to do that, and they've still managed to do it. Their ability to just win in that way.
Imagine. they
Oh
have
my
not
God! After
given
all that, I didn't see. Was that 4? I've now missed.
Yeah, I think they did.
I can't believe I watched the Toblerone move for 20 minutes and then missed the result of it.
No, that was not given as 4.
Oh, wasn't it?
No. They're just given it as a double.
So Gill was 44 off 19, then 42 off 31. That's it, how he broke down his innings. That's what Varun's just said.
Sorry, what was he? Give me that again.
42
Gill,
of 19.
44 off 19, and then 42 off 31. So there is something ingrained with GT that they cannot finish a game quickly. It's like old school Chennai rules, isn't it? You've got to get as many advert breaks in as you can in the second innings, never mind how quickly you want to win the game.
I'm just happy I don't have to look at the boundary rope anymore, for being honest. Hey, Deepak, can I tell you my funny stories about the boundary rope?
Gavin?
So, it's not a rope, right? It's a massive, big Toblerone shape. Is it a prism? I think it's a prism. Is the actual shape?
Is it? No.
Someone in the comments could tell us. There is a particular name that.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
Prism's fine.
And it wasn't until I worked in cricket that I realized that it's really, really high, Deepak, right? And so if you are not thinking that the rope is there, you will trip on it about 100 times out of 100, right? It's so much higher than you think it is every single time. And so the amount of times when I first started working in cricket that I'd be having really serious conversations with people and just trip over, and then they would laugh and we completely lose the thread because of like it's so much higher than you think it is. Is that right, Robbie? Am I making this up?
No, it is higher.
Yeah,
It is.
it's like a foot almost off the ground, isn't it? And it doesn't look
not
like
a
that.
foot. About
What?
8 inches.
9 inches?
8, 9 inches off.
Yeah,
the
but I was
ground.
putting a little bit of male penis measuring in there.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, we got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. So yeah, and you get used to it. If you're playing there, then you get used to it. But if you're not, then you have to be conscious about it, or you will trip over.
Yeah. And
I've seen a
so-
lot of broadcasters trip over it.
Oh,
People who haven't
broadcasters.
played cricket.
People who do social media and marketing spend more time on the
Yeah.
ground around the boundary because they're just falling over it the whole time. I think
Yeah.
I think it took me a whole CPL season, right, to go through a game without tripping on it once.
That sounds funny.
So they need 6 off 7 balls.
They've got this to the last over, everyone.
They've made
They're
this
lucky.
so much harder.
They're lucky Phillips is on strike. Is Tuati on strike now? He is, isn't he?
Phillips.
Oh, boring.
Yeah.
If Tuati was on strike, I'd be back in the tie or something because he's got no interest in getting a game done quick.
I like how every chat everywhere is like, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me.
That's why you-
Everyone's
that's why-
just
It's why you
pissed.
need 2 games a night, everyone.
And the tournament only goes on for 5 weeks instead of 10. That would be quite good, actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
No,
Because
they
we'd
just,
watch both anyway.
they just play more games, Rob. Let's be honest.
Yeah, true.
I wonder if that's the longest silence we've had.
Yeah, probably. I'll tell you what, there was a game earlier. You know, I've got an obsession with backing everyone to be bowled all the time, which wouldn't have gone well in this game because everyone's been caught, I think. There was Mirpur, my favourite cricket ground in the world. There was a game there earlier on. An actual ODI that I watched, New Zealand against Bangladesh today. And the bookies forgot that sometimes bowled is just extremely likely. And Mirpur is my favourite ground for the bowl being extremely likely. And everybody got bowled all day. It was great. I'll go through the scorecard now. Who the hell's running up here to bowl this over?
Ramandeep.
Ramandeep.
Singh.
Oh, Ramandeep. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh my god.
Yeah, fair enough. Up the volatility last over. Go crazy. So the New Zealand innings. Here's some players that played in the ODI for New Zealand today: Nick Kelly, Mohammed Abbas, Dean Foxcroft, Josh Clarkson, Jaden Lennox. All these household names. Nick Kelly bowled, Tom Latham bowled, Mohammed Abbas.
Wait.
bowled.
Oh wait, for a minute there I thought you meant Tom Latham bowled, as in
No, he didn't bowl the balls. No. Foxcroft, Clarkson, Blair Tickner, bowled. And then in the chase, Bangladesh, who didn't chase 250 because it's Mirpur, Tanzid, Shanto, Das, bowled. And at the end, Shoriful and Taskian bowled. It was lovely.
Ramandeep comes in, first ball, wide.
In keeping with the rest of this game, it's just a massive anticlimax.
Siddharth says, finally got done with my work. Hello boys. 6-7. 6-7.
Okay.
I think I have to do the hands by law, don't I?
Yeah, I think it is a law right now.
At my daughter's school, whenever I do it, because I now can't not do that because my
No, of
daughter did it
course.
so many times.
Yeah.
But she says at her school, 6-7's gone. She said that's too old, and they now do 7-8 or 8-9, and they're not. Those 6-7's passed them all by. As Phillips
Oh,
watched.
Phillips has hit this
Yeah.
up in the air.
Get
This is
out,
out. Oh,
my
God.
God.
Collapse.
The fuck?
And now they 4 off 5, and Glenn
Hello,
Phillips
tie.
is not
This is
there.
definitely going to be a tie now, isn't it?
Did you put money on tie?
No, I had a bit at 40s on the defence because Tuatia. That's why. But Tuatia is not on strike. So Tuatia can't do it. Who are we going to get? The thing is, right, Rashid Khan is one of the best people to come in when you need a boundary off one ball, but he's also one of the best people to come in when you need a wicket off one ball as well. He's very good at getting out first ball, and he's very good at getting a boundary first ball. So if he gets out first ball, then it's, I don't know, Rabada again? Probably is, isn't it? Instead of Ashok Sharma.
Have
Although
they
he's
used
very
the
good at
impact
hitting
sub?
God, this game's been going on so long, I can't remember.
I don't think they have. Have they? Deepak?
Yeah, Chakravarthi went out
No.
for...
Gujarat.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. You want me to give you the right answer, not just make one up?
I'm
Shah
right,
Rukh Khan,
Deepak,
maybe?
aren't I? They didn't
Right.
bring in anyone, did they? Unless
No,
I'm
you're
just,
right.
I mean, it was so long ago.
I think Shah Rukh Khan's just come in. Here's the impact sub. Yeah,
Ah,
right.
there we
right
go.
on cue.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I want to see the forward defence here. Middle stump guard. Robbie,
Guys,
what was your guard?
what was my?
What was your guard? What did you have the same guard every time, or did it depend on the bowler?
Depended on the wicket, not on the bowler.
Oh,
On the
okay.
bowler for red ball cricket, but for white ball cricket on the pitch.
And what are you doing on what changes your guard then? What type of pitch changes your guard?
Bouncier wickets, I go more towards the off stump. Lower wickets, I stay more outside the line so that my bat can come through. Wickets that stay low.
Nice.
This one's outside off stump. It's guided into the offside for a single.
Guys,
This-
why can you all tell me something? Why do you think Ramandeep Singh catches so much hate?
Does he?
I don't know. He's a good player. He doesn't really do much though, does he? And I'm not saying that's his fault, but he
But,
he
yeah,
went
it's
through a
not his
whole
fault, is
season
it?
when he didn't face the ball.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
No, I know. Is it maybe he didn't do much when he played for India, Robbie?
He didn't play for India. He hasn't played for India.
He only played 2 games, didn't he? Yeah, it's hard to catch hate.
He's
in
played.
2
He's
games.
played A games. He hasn't played for India.
And he's played a couple of games in 2023.
Yeah.
Has he?
24.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Did he play
In
the
South
Deepak
Africa.
Huda games?
No. He played in South Africa for India, in T20 Is. He actually bowled for India. When India
my-
was like...
India
My
had split
team-
us.
Yeah. My TV is so delayed, guys, that I just started seeing the replays of the boundary sponge again.
Here's Tawatia.
Oh, he's got a single, but he was not
Why?
that good there.
Why is he allowed the single there? Why is that
Bring-
man on the edge of the circle when they need
Bring-
3 or 4? Anyone? Why isn't
Okay.
he 8 yards further in to stop him getting that exact single?
So,
So
Robbie,
I'll
surely you have to
head
bring
off.
the fielders in now, don't you? They need 2 or 3.
Yeah, fielders need to be in now.
You keep one out at deep
That's-
mid wicket and maybe one out at long on or something, but you have to, and maybe deep point.
If
but
you
everyone
want them-
else,
If you want
You
them to
don't need
win,
deep point. You bring point in actually.
yeah. I mean, I'm just okay. I was more thinking you don't want them to steer the ball away, but you've at least got to have 2 extra fielders in the ring now. He
I'll
hit
head
that
off to
straight
the
to cover and
next
just
one,
took a
okay?
single. See ya,
I'll head
Deepak.
off.
How
Yeah,
has
mate.
this game come to the wire?
And is this it?
nope. Yeah, it is. They've run
And they
the
come
2,
back
haven't
for
they?
the second run. The Shah Rukh Khan Derby is what Siddharth says. That is the end of this game. Somehow, as Gujarat like to do, they made this game much harder than it needed to be. But that's it for us. Big thanks to Robbie, Shaban, Cheyenne, Deepak, Rob, me. I don't know who else was on today. We're going to skip the podcast today. We'll be back with the podcast on every other day. But we've got 2 watch-alongs again tomorrow. Thank you very much for everyone. Remember, you can go to combox.tv, and when you're there, you can sign up for all the exciting things. And I can tell you that we have some very exciting things that might be mentioned if you are on that mailing list very soon. No, it's not just naked pictures of Rob Barron this time. But we'll see you again tomorrow for more watch-alongs on Combox. Oh, my God. Zip it back up. Zip it up. Combox. The game lives on.